So, when we last left off on this game, lots of other games going on. You guys are in the town of Wiesbrook, having investigated the kidnapping of a herbalist by the name of Elvira, who you have rescued from several bandits, for lack of a better description, from a red barn outside of town. She is now safely back in town with her adopted daughter, and has offered to provide some, I think she gave you guys some basic healing potions and things like that, some supplies and so forth, and offered to train you if anybody wishes to learn the ways of herbalism. You've also picked up a wizard's apprentice along the way, who's very talkative, likes to take lots of notes, and very inquisitive. And
I was told to poke you, you're ignoring Mom's text.
I'm not ignoring anything. Okay. Hold on. Look. No.
Can you tell Thad to shut up? He's so loud.
Bad name can't come
Stop
on the
talking
same
about
day
that
anymore.
word, it's adorable.
Bad name can't come on the same day anymore.
I'm having to restart my new campaign though in IPM because I got so lost in it
Okay.
by
Well,
myself.
that wasn't very
Or
helpful.
what?
My own
Yes,
campaign that I
you do.
run. Which, by the way, I was telling Mom about having one.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
I was just saying.
Chaos Cult.
Cult.
Yep, Cult.
I was
What's
getting,
the man
I
you
was
love guy?
training,
Remember what day?
training to be a
Friday.
hunter.
We don't have anything Friday. And I was asking Mom
Yeah, you're
for
trained to be a
morning,
hunter.
morning
The group has decided to hang out here for a few days a week
So he
to get some basic training. You're occupied throughout the day. Hopefully everybody made a note of the 100 experience points you got from the prior game.
Did I get that? I wasn't here. I'd assume
You
not.
weren't here at the prior
Yeah,
game?
you were. You stayed on the boat
We
the
didn't.
whole
Yeah, we
time.
didn't
I
have
was
it last
working.
time. No,
No.
we didn't have
We
it.
did a game
We
last
played
week.
a different
Okay,
game.
well, never mind.
Played that Legion nonsense.
Yeah, Legion nonsense.
Nonsense.
I can never
It
figure
was
it out.
nonsense. Skill might get like that.
How much XP did we get for finishing the chapter when it comes to the city?
I don't recall. I gave you the reward at the time.
It was 500 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was 500 with Bogenhofen.
Okay,
And then
so
it was a total of 600 with the session also.
I think so.
thank you, because for some reason I have an extra 0 written down.
It's 5,000 experience. Playing all the classes.
That would probably be a bit high. So make sure everybody notes all of the experience they have earned thus far. If there's
Yep.
anything you wish to spend on advances, skills, etc., you're welcome to do so. If you're training for class, you got a week to do so. In the meantime, you're going to be occupied throughout the day. Evenings are yours to do what you wish. Was there anybody else who wanted any training and career at this point before we go on? Or are you simply going to burn a week waiting for it?
Can I get my?
I'm going to spend a week doing something about my corruption.
Right. Yeah, you were going to try to do something for that.
Right. Is there already a Sigmarite temple here?
There is shrines to Sigmar.
Shrines, but not an actual
No,
temple.
Not a full temple, no.
Okay, so how much?
You did the shrine thing last time.
I remember.
Stat.
This is why I'm gonna build a temple.
Oh, okay. In a week.
Huh? Yeah. Well,
I must construct a new holy Sigmar temple.
Arguably,
in a
if you
week.
have enough funds, you can donate and have a temple built. It's a multi-month process.
okay.
It's not something you can just quickly throw up in a week.
Most of
Unless
the
you got a
time-
lot more money than I think.
Then you know what I'm gonna do? Instead
do
of
it
going to
the
the
next
shrine and doing that, I'm gonna walk around the city as a proselytizing priest.
You're gonna proselytize yourself?
Yes.
Yes. Evangelist.
5 copper.
Yeah.
Give you the
Okay.
best time the God will ever give you.
Okay, so you walk around the village of Wiesbrook, singing the praises of
I've got one of those billboards on the front of me with a
the
hammer.
The end is nigh. Sigmar is here.
Let me hammer you.
Okay, what are the rest of you planning to do?
Um,
You do still have a boat full of wool.
Yeah, we're saving that for Ellsworth.
Okay,
Yeah, that was.
Can't convince us this time.
I don't care.
Our wool stayed in there. I was probably going to help the common people with their day-to-day lives, probably.
Like carry water and bake bread for them, or in what way? Walk around casting spells on people?
I just
You should just train your,
that-
your girl.
Here, let me heal you.
Can you, does she level up by the
Yeah.
same way?
And she gets experience just like the rest of you do?
now she can
And
cast
learn.
magic. So we're get firebolt in the back next turn.
Nice.
But yeah, I guess I'll train her just over the week.
Just help her study?
Yep.
Okay. And what do the two of you wish to do? You got apparently a week of downtime to pursue your own efforts.
You can go fishing or shrimping.
I don't know.
Shrimping in the river.
I guess I'll spend my time studying the local riverways and
Okay.
the general area, so I know how to get around the area better.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna,
like navigation.
You're hunting river travel.
I'm gonna, every day I'm gonna check in the guard area, in the town hall area, just to make sure our pictures aren't up on the wall. Just
Okay.
to keep an eye out
Keep
on
an eye out for
ourselves.
that?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's mine.
Okay. So if you look at the map of the region, as far as the riverways, you guys are at Wiesbrook. Fairly quickly, you determine that there is a fee to use the Wiesbrook Canal to go to Altdorf. That is 1 gold for your ferry, plus a probable inspection of any goods you might be carrying. Okay? The difference is it takes about a week to travel the canal to Altdorf versus about 3 to 4 weeks to go around.
We'll probably spend that gold just in expenses.
Food, yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a pay toll canal would be heavy with bounty hunter type people looking for us.
I would disagree,
if
actually, and
they're-
I'll say why. If you were bounty hunting and you were going after fugitives, would you expect them to take the paid route that through with guards and all this, or would you expect them to take the longer route, the more circuitous route?
We're on the boat discussing this.
Well, they wouldn't.
Or would they expect you to think that way?
Yeah,
and
we're not
expect
playing
you
that
to-
game.
Reverse psychology.
Or would they?
Never got it.
You made
Well,
a
for the
classic
amount,
mistake.
for the amount on our head,
That's on the line.
Yeah.
for the amount on our head, I don't think it's gonna matter
Well, and-
because there's gonna be everywhere people looking for us.
And if it's
Right, but I
We
mean,
killed like 5, 6 noblemen according to them.
and if
sure,
it's
but this is in modern times where there's APBs and
Yeah.
you know, the high
But
def
if we're there
4K
for a week,
pictures of everybody.
I mean, horses. I mean, they do have their
But
carts
like,
coming
what-
this way. So they definitely could get word to this town eventually.
Within a couple of days,
Yeah.
word would have already reached this town, probably Altdorf fairly quickly thereafter.
So the
I mean,
canal,
it's
by
not modern days where
So-
they have phones,
Yeah.
but word of mouth rumors tend to spread very rapidly and grow.
but I
We
feel
also
like,
did just kill a guy.
And if we want
We
to, well, we brought that person
Wow.
to justice.
Yeah, we
We
didn't
brought
kill
them
him.
back. Remember, we brought them
Yeah.
to the police.
Oh
too.
yeah, what was left of him?
Right, and they were happy. They were happy. He brought.
I healed him.
He kept him alive. He's just a burn victim. No. He.
I rewatched that last night and I'm like,
He
oh, that dude
cauterized
dead. Because you cut him to slug.
Well, and he goes. If he hadn't cauterized that round, he would have.
He would have died.
Okay,
Now-
I didn't. I must have not got that far last night.
If it's a money issue, we're
I don't
doing
know, you
all
have a
right.
bad memory.
If you guys are thinking if it's a money issue to take the shorter route, I think it's best to get to Altdorf as soon as possible,
Right.
though, because in all reality, he's right. That a few more days, that word's going to get to Altdorf, and I'd like to get there and offload at least this freight.
it's gonna take 7 days to get to Altdorf.
No.
It'll
It'll take 7 to go around.
Yeah,
No,
it'll take
no.
3 or 4 weeks to go around, it'll
Right.
take a week to travel the canal.
So
Right.
that's
So we'll still
more than a few
the
days.
canal will still beat
But
But
why
you're
did-
also burning a week for training here in town.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So that's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Why?
So either
Let's
way,
just assume that everybody will have figured out, no matter which route we take, Altdorf is probably going to be aware of our presence.
Well, it'd be the game of telephone too. They'll be looking for some
I agree.
fat, dirty guy instead
Right.
of my
Or we could
fanciness.
go down the river and go towards Marienburg and just head that way.
hat of
Just head
disguise.
off into the sunset.
Somewhere else.
Go off the edge of the earth.
So what's this other campaign we're gonna play?
So, are there other towns
Just
along
leave.
the longer route?
Yes, Caroburg is to the northwest.
What are they known
Is
for?
there,
Caroburg?
are any of them a port town? Not as obviously not as big as.
Any of the villages along the river
Yeah,
would have ports and docks and so forth.
but something, but in their trade would be something
an option.
similar to what we're just in currently.
It would depend.
Not Altdorf level though.
Yeah, Altdorf is more of the capital
Yeah.
size. That I mean, if you're going to trade, that's definitely going to have much better demand and supply and so forth.
Yeah.
Any of the other villages or towns you go to, they might have need for it, but it's going to really vary based on whichever town you're at.
Then
What has the most
I vote-
textile
I vote
industry?
that's Altdorf.
Okay.
We had done that check.
I think we're
before.
fine with going to Altdorf. Let's take the paid canal.
Okay.
Let's spend the
Yeah.
gold. Let's get there as quick as possible. I like the idea of the security that the canal will provide us as opposed to
Right.
the wild nature of, I mean, look what happened to the last crew of this boat.
But I mean, I feel like when we get to the
Yeah, we
paid
got a
toll
boat.
person, they're going to be the most informed because they're going to be like checking the boat and they're checking the boat for fugitive type people or fugitive goods,
Again,
and they'll be able to recognize us. at that
I
point.
appreciate your concern. This is also a medieval style
We're fine, Carter.
thing, and some toll collector is not going to look at all of us who are heavily armed
still
with a
think we're-
reputation for murdering bureaucrats.
But he can get rich.
They
and
still
then he
think we're
doesn't have to-
Bogenhoff, and it's fine.
Man,
Proud,
I killed
right.
the last
So
city
they-
council.
They knew they
I
had
could
the ci-
stop them.
The city, the city's locked down.
Yeah,
I
city's
have a
completely
whistle.
locked down, look for us. They still think we're in Bogenhoff.
I mean, I guess I can see your point as well. There's not just going to be bounty hunters in the Weesbrook Canal
Right.
striving to murder
Well,
on a public
yeah.
canal.
there won't be like all the.
But if we go on like an off-road, there's going to be people who would,
Yeah.
Also, why would
Wrong
the bounty-
turn, buddy.
Why
You
would
see
the-
yeah,
the movie,
wrong
you know.
turn.
Why
Okay.
would the bounty hunters think we would go straight to the capital of the empire?
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not something I would expect. if
We're
I
going
was-
to Transylvania. I talked about vampires the whole time. They know where I'm headed.
Is that Castle Caramel?
So yeah, no, let's take the shortcut. Said it's 1 gold, right?
It
One
will
gold
be-
for just our
Okay.
victory.
Castle right
Does
there.
anybody need anything else before we?
Well, I got my boat mudded.
Light
How
warhorse.
much
Huh?
Light warhorse.
would it take?
We
to
don't
have-
have
Is
enough
there any
for a
super?
guarantee.
Well,
It's only 70
Oh,
gold.
well,
Yeah, no, we don't have that.
No, it sounds like a fairly
A
decent
bow?
size.
You don't have a bow
is there
yet?
good quality
You
black.
don't have a weapon at all?
No, because
not
we
top of
tamped
the
it down.
line. That would be either in Nuln or
4
Altdorf
days ago, I had
to get
nothing
the
but-
premier ones,
How much is a bow
but
and
they have
arrows, man?
capable ones.
I want to find
Well,
a blacksmith.
Just
That
look at your
would be
sheet, man. You
willing
got the
to-
sheet. You got the sheet. You don't have it here.
Turn my
I'm thinking will the hunter provide me with
hammer.
No, no, no.
They
into
aren't gonna try to
something
do
a little
your
more
own stuff.
ornate.
Let's see. You take
Okay,
you want
that
short
hammer
bow,
that burns with a green
you
flame,
want a
Yes.
long bow, or
which
just
is suspicious by
composite
itself.
Yes.
Okay, so you want a
It's gonna
less
go
than reputable,
probably
high quality
Okay. So that's
blacksmith.
3 gold.
Yes.
Okay,
I see we're on the same
And
page
I
here.
don't know where-
okay, I just wanna make sure that we're leading in
I'm
the
not
right direction.
walking into the king's.
You already got the.
This is
Okay.
the king's
armor
blacksmith.
stuff
He's the
from
best in the
last
land.
time.
Hi, I have a magically imbued weapon that's
Yes, they, I mean,
demonic fire.
they certainly would
See.
have some blacksmiths in town.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of them might be capable of those skills,
Right.
but you'd run a significant risk going to them because there's only a couple within town,
Mm-hmm.
which means they have all the attention and all the focus. As opposed to a bigger town,
I could probably find a
You
more
could-
back alley
you
style.
could find an
blacksmith.
underworld
Yeah.
blacksmith who's willing to dabble in things that shouldn't be known,
Yes. Okay.
as opposed to here. It's-
We need to go to Altdorf
it's-
immediately.
It's not a big enough town to justify
also
that level of.
There's also the Wizards College, too.
How,
Right.
so how much is a bundle of arrows?
because the bow's on there. I didn't see arrows, but it's
I don't know how much are a bundle of arrows. You have the book.
Well, you know what a bundle of sticks is?
I have it.
If
I
you
have.
want sticks to shoot with your bow, you can do that, but
I
got
have-
one that says
Isn't
arrows.
it?
Is that one
Is it?
that says
What is
bow
it?
on
A
mine?
bundle of sticks is a. What's
Dart.
the term? Is it? I can't say because we're on YouTube. Never mind.
Nobody's watching.
Yeah, watch over.
And you can
No,
still get
because then
banned.
Sean will have to find that spot and cut it.
we do have a view.
Ooh.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Hi.
Hi.
It's a bot.
Yeah. Whatever.
Well,
Not
now
think
they
about
dropped off.
it.
Oh.
They see me. No.
We tend to have one or two viewers pop in and pop out, etc. So not a big deal.
Yeah, we need to go to Altdorf immediately. We need to make some money along the way. Also, can I highly recommend that we do a very thorough
5 silver
inspection
for
of
12.
this barge before the city inspector or the canal inspectors?
We got
5
time to
silver
do that.
for it.
How I'm spending my
5
week. I'm
silver for a
studying.
dozen.
Okay.
I'm like studying.
Don't forget you
navigation.
also
You got a
have
dozen arrows
that
and a bow.
lady that you rescued that's traveling with you. Excuse me. Unless you want her. to
Elvira?
leave.
No,
not
the
Elvira,
other
that's
one, the girl.
Cerberus.
She was gonna
Okay.
go all the way to
Oh,
Alderaan.
that's
one that we
right.
saved.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
She's heading to Altdorf now. I mean, honestly, you tell her to get off the boat, she'll get off the boat. She wanted to get to civilization first.
Mm.
She wants to go to Altdorf long term, and has been helping you on the boat.
Fantastic.
But that's up to you
And
guys.
she adds to our credibility when we go to places. Oh, we got the boat. I mean, we have the documentation now, so we're good there.
Who have we been able to actually trust though? What's to say she won't just give us up?
The Thieves Guild,
Eight.
Oh well,
Defense
yeah,
and
but they're
keep her down
thieves.
about.
They're
She,
they're the most trustworthy of the ones we've run across.
yeah.
I'm pretty trustworthy.
What kind of boat?
It's a
composite.
Magic.
it's
You're not
actual
trustworthy.
is
Oh,
just
that.
bow. It's a composite bow.
Okay, so look at the composite boat.
Yep.
I couldn't find ammunition.
No, George found it, so we're good.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I made the miniature for this guy, and his giant two-handed hammer is a brazier with the hammer, and so I need to make that. I need to have somebody because I want to be walking around with this burning hammer in the game.
Hey, if
Just
you,
as retarded as it sounds.
if you print it and you die, I get a magic item for my next level. So
Oh, it's already printed. It's at the house. I
Okay.
have.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to finish painting it.
That's the trick. As soon as you paint your figure, you're gonna get killed.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Real
Every
quick.
time.
I have about 2 more sessions till I get to the experience
Okay.
and level up.
So, what's that?
Sean, I just was wondering a quick second. It's nothing like too crazy. So like the orc hook that I have, it's not on the sheet. Do I get any of the offense bonuses for it with the orc hook?
Or
The boat hook.
You
That
gave him
you,
the boat
yeah.
hook, but you gave him the sheet
Yeah.
for
Does it come with
Is it
any
ogre hook?
offense
Yeah, with the
bonuses for the
ogre hook, not ogre.
ogre?
No, just sorry, -10 on everything because it's a tool, not a weapon.
Oh, okay.
But
that
you
makes
got reach with it because of
Yeah.
yeah.
Because it's a long
Yeah.
hook.
Yeah.
You got reach, but it's a -10 versus all armor classes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Okay, so you're checking in with the town in case you're.
No, I'm not necessarily asking anybody. I'm just.
Is
keeping
anybody
an eye-
looking for us?
Right. I'm listening to conversations. I'm looking for plastered pictures on the wall.
Right. Okay, so no sign of that over the next few days. You were walking around proselytizing about Sigmar,
Mm-hmm.
and you're studying magic in quiet spots with your new apprentice, while you are
Studying the waterways.
staring into the rivers the whole week.
Or like looking at local maps or such.
I'm actually tasking him because
Uh-oh.
we talked about this a
How
second ago.
much are you gonna pay me?
I'm not paying you shit. I'm gonna keep you out of jail.
Yeah, we paid for you
His
enough.
job is to inspect that barge to include all the cotton. Right. I want you to look through as much as you can to make sure that they weren't actually smuggling something. And if they
Drugs.
are, fine. Well, I mean, who knows what they're smuggling? If they are. But just to make sure that we're not going to get blindsided when we are inspected.
I'll split my time studying local maps of the area, and then also like
Staring into the water.
searching the barge to make sure there's no drugs.
Right, checking for drugs in the boat.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Okay,
he finds them, he doesn't.
right.
I'll use them.
Oh.
Don't worry. Okay.
Give me a gossip check.
Dice.
Actually, you.
Here, you can use the manly luck
and
dice.
you. Both, the two of you give me a
Ooh, I
gossip
like
check.
those.
You gave them to me.
Did we?
Yeah. It was for
I call them the manly luck dice because they're terrible luck.
We go high,
Your
right?
words to my heart.
George is the one that called them the
And
manly
he's
luck dice.
not denying it.
That's a
No,
90.
no, I'm not going to deny that.
90.
89, bitches.
Oh, dude, they would work better with
90, counting your bonus?
Oh, no, that's
Yes,
just a dice
but,
roll.
Okay.
but we swapped it so it's lower numbers are better now. There we go.
That would be 131.
Okay. While you are
There you go.
singing up the praises of Sigmar and everything, day 3,
Got them.
you are approached by one of the local priests
Okay.
of Sigmar, who is intrigued by your obvious training and experience and so forth,
Excellent.
and how you are much more worldly than he is. Okay, he seems to be a village priest rather than a war priest, capable of traveling the lands and everything. And he relates to you that he's been receiving a vision recently from Sigmar of a ruin or temple somewhere to the north in the Skag Hills or northwest, that he believes might contain some sort of relic from days gone past.
Okay.
Okay. And given that you've been talking with him over the last couple of days about atoning for past sins and so forth, he thinks that that might be a good way to show your faith in Sigmar, to retrieve that in his glory and bring it back to town.
Excellent. Well, thank you for the tip, brother. Would you like
Okay.
to join us on our adventure?
Oh, definitely not.
You should donate to NPCs, they don't join the adventure.
Well, no, he's a village priest. He doesn't seem to have much combat skills whatsoever. He's
I was a dumpster diver a month ago in this game.
yes, and he's seen a few of your wounds,
Oh,
and he knows that no, he wishes to remain safe in town and so forth.
Okay. Well, fantastic.
However, he gives you. He said in the vision there was a broken tree that had been split by lightning, and the ruin is supposedly nearby to that.
We get to go to
All right.
the detour.
Just FYI for you, GM, I have the Holy Visions talent, which means that when I walk over holy ground, I just inherently know it's holy ground.
Okay.
And I can actually seek a vision based upon future or past events.
Okay.
And you might want to look the specifics up because I'm not entirely sure how we use it. But
Okay.
it's one of those things that I can kind of like do a prayer for
Sure.
and try to get a vision.
Drink heavily and take some of the weed and
Absolutely.
get a vision. Not a problem.
Were you in my house last night? Man, I wish I drank heavily.
So statistically, if you want to go to the Skag Hills, that's the opposite direction.
Well, I'm going.
Okay.
That's
It's-
north, right?
West.
I will gather.
Northwest.
That's this way. The canal's this way.
How far is it? How many days travel does it look like?
The hills are right outside of town, basically. Just cross over the river.
Let's do it.
But is there? Yeah. Yeah, and I'm okay with that. My question is, boat stays docked here.
Yeah, he can stay here with the boat. Unless you want to go with us. You want to go on a holy vision quest?
No. You're gonna get me illegalized.
Illegal.
I'm looking for drugs.
The INS is not coming for you.
It's been 3 days. You finished searching the boat top to bottom.
There's no drugs.
There's no drugs in there.
Darn.
There's nothing but slightly stinky wool at this point that's been hanging out in the bottom. The lady that's with you, I forget her name, is more than willing to keep an eye on the boat. She doesn't have any interest in going off into the scary wilderness either.
I haven't gotten any combat, so why not? Let's go on this whole.
Do you have a weapon?
Can we wait?
Yes,
till
I have my
John's
fist.
done
I have like
my
a
He's
drink
a,
bonus.
he's a brawler.
Oh, you're a
nothing
brawler?
dusters.
Okay. Do we need to get him some armor?
I have a leather jerkin.
He bought some.
Alright.
Yep.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that you're gonna help.
Before we go on this epic quest, I feel like it'd be great for this party if we get a light warhorse. Think about it. Then we can have someone scout ahead forward and then report back to town if everyone dies.
How about we wait
Your apprentice
till
concurs.
the one is-
Yeah.
I also need a warhorse.
She believes in the wisdom of her master's
Yep.
training.
There you go, 2 votes for
I
my
absolutely
warhorse.
believe the group should buy me a warhorse. Let's do it.
I forget her name, but
It's
Gisela.
Gisela?
Oppenheim.
How about this? We wait till the one who's training to be good in the woods is done with it before we go into the woods.
It's been a week, right?
it's been 3 days.
Oh. Well, the 4 of us could go while he continues training.
There's no drugs on the boat.
Or we can wait 4 more days.
It's always
How
better to have
far?
more people.
How far is this vision?
Huh?
How far is the vision?
It's not from me, it's from
But then that's more time.
another follower of Sigmar.
Well, we'd give you a couple of days to pray for visions.
Yeah, that's true. I can do that. That's what I'll
Okay.
do.
Okay?
I like this idea.
Okay, so for the week, go ahead and mark off your lifestyle cost.
Yikes.
Whatever your current lifestyle is, that's how much cash you end up burning.
Not 3
I'm
silver.
working, so it's,
I'm silver
And-
4.
Yeah, but you still got to live.
Silver 4? Darn sailors.
I have 3 gold and 7 silver.
Whatever your old career is what you're paying.
okay.
No, darn
Three.
sailors. They're too rich.
That's because we fish all day. That's our job.
So did you have enough starter to fund yours?
It was only 4 silver.
No. Per day.
No, that's for the week.
Oh, the amount. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's for the week. It's not as bad.
Okay. I was sitting there going like,
20 gold.
we're going on this quest. You better find a whole temple to rob.
That's very expensive.
As we are now all dirt poor.
One of those
You know the worst
days.
part is if I do find a fucking holy relic with Sigmar, I'm keeping it.
Right.
Because I need it for my next level. Actually, the level beyond the one I have.
So while
Alright.
they're doing this, I'm gonna go talk to my buddy Otto, the pop man,
Otto,
the toilet cleaner,
Oh.
Yeah.
because he knows everybody and everything.
I don't remember Otto.
The chamber pot.
I went in and cleaned
Dude.
chamber pots with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tried to buy him, and I bought him a new brush, and he goes, "No, I like my old one."
Oh, okay. Now I remember him from the
okay.
tavern.
That was
Yeah.
wholly
But
disgusting.
he knew everybody. And
He did.
Knew everything.
He
in every
did.
Place. So I'm gonna go talk to him and see if he can. If he has ever been out to the Skag Hills, and if he knows of.
The Skag Hills?
Mhm.
No, people don't really go out there. I've heard it's occupied by orcs and goblins.
Ooh.
Darn.
Yeah, more commonly referred to as greenskins.
Healing droughts.
I don't have the healing drought list.
You wouldn't be heading out there, are you?
Well, thinking about it, there's a.
What for? There's
well,
nothing much out there other than dirt and dead trees.
Well, there's a tree that got hit by lightning, and it's really interesting. We want to go see it.
I think.
Okay.
Didn't we hear
That's-
And I thought you being the man who knew everybody, I was making sure.
I haven't heard of any trees struck by lightning, but they're certainly possible there.
He was a
No, I'd
No, the
I'd
White
hire
Wolf
some
of
soldiers.
was spotted in the
Oh,
south.
Okay, I'll see if we can find some, maybe.
I don't remember. I want
Okay.
All right, thanks,
Yeah.
Otto.
Because there's no other hills, and I know it was spotted in the hills, so
Yeah.
nearby. So.
Okay. Yeah. Let's. Yeah.
What's that?
I
The-
remember
there's
the
a
rumor
rumor.
from probably like 3 years ago, last time we played,
Okay.
that the White
Since
Wolf
I'm
of
sorry.
Ulrich was spotted in the Skag Hills. So
Okay. There you
I
go.
remember that.
What does your notes
Is it-
say
is it-
about it?
That is why I'm the group wizard,
That's right.
and that is
He
why I
bur-
deserve a light warhorse.
He burns things and remembers things.
Hey, somebody has to remember something.
That's what happens when I have a 54 intelligence.
George, you got an adventure gear list.
What?
I got the weapons. I got the armor. You got.
I think
Somebody's
I
got
might
that
have.
list
I might have one over here.
for rope
Yeah, here
and
you go.
whatnot.
Oh,
I need-
weapons.
I don't think there is one for the other stuff. It's just whatever's in the book. The only things I prepared were armor and weapons because those are the only things
Shall
changed.
we-
You have one
before.
printed out.
I did.
Shall we buy
Maybe.
food?
I'm pretty sure I've got it in here somewhere.
Shall we buy food for our adventure?
I lied to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think we probably should have some food. Yeah. At least a couple of
Weapons,
days.
So-
armaments.
Because there's no water for the.
I can make fish jerky.
I can hunt.
Give me
Well,
what's your
you're
prey
spending
skill?
Your entire
Huh?
week training,
All right.
Yes.
but then
we're not leaving till.
Prey
after
is.
after you're done learning how to hunt, you gotta go.
Exactly. I can
So
hunt.
you'll have no time to hunt.
47.
47. Okay.
Crit or fail. You gain 2 corruption points. Now roll on the corruption table.
The fourth night, you pray for visions from Sigmar, not from Ulrich. I was about to say Ulrich.
See, that joke has corrupted your own brain.
It is. You get you dream of lush rolling hills covered with grasses and brush and so forth.
Yeah.
And in your vision, you see a force of barbarians, is what you would describe them as, moving into the land and setting up a village in the area.
Okay.
Okay. The second night, you have another vision of the same place. The grass at this point is now dry and withered, and the village is obviously not prosperous. It's the number of people have faded away, and what are there seem to be in hard times, not able to feed themselves or survive well. Almost, the town effectively is fading. The third night, you get another vision of the place, and all that's left is a few foundations of the buildings. The grounds are now barren and dry, and only a few wolves wander the village. Most notable is near the front of the village at the entrance is the remnants of an old gnarled tree, a couple of skeletal bones dangling from some ropes on it.
All right. Is there anything about the surrounding terrain that sends? Obviously, the terrain is withered and died, and there's a gnarled tree at the front of what's probably a bunch of foundation stones. Is there anything else in the vision that can help me triangulate a potential location?
You get in a couple of the visions, you can see in the distance the river
All right.
with the sun behind you glittering off the river.
So I'm facing.
Looking at the river, the sun is setting behind you,
Okay.
and to your left is a split in the river.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's
so right
just
about there,
across
yeah.
and to the west then.
Okay.
The-
Does light show that it's rising or falling?
The sun is setting.
The sun is setting. Okay.
To your east is to your river, or to ahead of you is to your river is the river. To your left is a split in the river.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
it's either there or all the way over here.
True.
It's back this way.
No,
No, 'cause
because
that's not
the
left.
sun, yeah, the sun would be
Yeah.
that would be on my right because
Okay.
I'd have to be
Yeah.
facing this way then.
Okay.
So
Yep.
I
Then
think
out
we-
that way and head
Or you
west.
could be here.
yeah,
and that
he's
could be
right.
split.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
right. We could be down here somewhere.
Split and the river's on your left.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I do have my book of maps.
Well, yeah, let's do it. Let's
look at my
review
book of
the book of
maps.
maps, and I'll give them details as best as I can remember them.
Okay.
And
Give me a navigation roll.
Navigation roll. I don't have navigation. That's an advanced skill.
Does somebody have navigation in the
I
group?
have navigation.
There you go. You know how to read maps.
Wow.
Can't read, but you can read maps.
He can read maps. He can draw maps.
Haley had enough
He knows the language.
That's
of
like a 42.
Total?
Haley had enough
Yeah.
to be able.
You don't have very much navigation?
I rolled a 20.
Because most of
Okay.
the stuff was over.
You think it could be any one of those three?
It's
You're
anyone.
not able to narrow it down based on the limited information you have.
We did do sailor.
The one in the south makes more sense.
yeah,
If you're facing the river and it's on your left.
yeah, it's gonna be one of those two. That one, it's not gonna be this one,
So,
obviously.
so if we cross right here,
Zoom out a
and
little
go
bit.
south.
Wait.
Enhance.
Wait. So
It's
if the
Carter's
sun-
navigation
if-
skill.
If the sun is setting in the east, right? Wait.
On the west.
Sets in the west.
Sets in the
Boy
west.
Scout.
Which way is
He's not Eagle Scout yet. He doesn't.
Doesn't matter.
which way on this map is north? Okay.
Just like a regular map.
West.
He only rolled a 42 navigation.
Right.
He doesn't have the
And if
navigation.
the sun was sitting
Well
over there,
played.
It would
He's
have
well
to be
done.
right here.
right, for it to be on his left.
So it would have to be that one. Because if it's lowering the west, right? If he's right here, he's looking at the sun, which is glittering off that. If the cross is to his left, he has to be there.
Well, that's the
So he has to be right there.
no, on the other side.
Or he can be right there.
No,
That's it.
No, the rivers.
Hey, roll a theology and
The
see
sun-
where all
Carter,
of
sun's
this
at his back.
He actually confused me.
The
What?
sun's at his back.
So I feel like
Sun's behind him in the
if
west.
you
Why is
describe
the
the
sun
vision
behind
and stuff like
Because
that,
in the vision,
Oh.
he's facing the river.
Well then,
never mind.
Okay.
Never
If the
mind.
river-
I will never mind.
So is the
Well,
cross to his left?
could you do a theology roll
So I
of what the
think right
bones mean
across
on
the
the
river.
trees or
So it
stuff
has
like
to
that?
be this one.
One of those, and that.
Yeah,
area.
theology
How could it be that one?
It could be.
or something
yes,
equivalent.
theology. That's,
Okay.
It could
Give me a
be
roll.
depending on where you're sitting.
Not great.
Fate point.
It ain't gonna hurt us to go through the two or three
Corruption.
spaces.
81.
81? Okay. The barbarian tribe, from their look, approach, and activities and everything, you equate to travelers of Ulrich,
Okay.
okay, who settled this village. There's no religious significance that you're aware of to the bones hanging from the tree.
All right. While they debate over the map, I'm actually going to go to City Hall
Okay.
and go speak with. Man, who is it in the city that
George, everybody has navigation.
the local surveyor?
They do? Oh, everyone does have navigation.
The local surveyor or something like that.
That was
Sure, records.
Yeah, records.
That was an advanced skill.
And ask them if they know the location of any older villages that we're not necessarily that far away.
Not good.
Maybe an Ulrich temple or something that.
Okay. It'll cost you 2 bronze or
Yeah,
brass
no
for some record searches and everything. You spend a couple of hours with them. Do you have a general region of where you're looking for?
Yeah, just west across the river,
Okay.
a few miles south and a few miles north.
Okay. They have very accurate, detailed records going back 20 years. At least as accurate as they claim to be. But he pulls out all these old books that are covered in dust and so forth, starts looking through it. His conclusion, there are no known settlements west of the river other than Castle Gronberg that in the south and Caroburg in the north. The Skag Hills has always been wildland ever since his records go back.
Okay.
To his knowledge, it's always been a wasteland.
Does someone know Wastelander?
Not
Yeah.
wasteland as far as wastelander like that.
I do know
Not quite that bad, but along those lines. It's a barren land and area.
Okay. Well, it was worth a try.
Location of this.
Can you what?
Scrap that.
Can I just use the track skill to track the location of this?
But you're still at work.
Yeah, you're not even a part of this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we go if we
I'll
go,
start. Sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, us 5,
Mhm.
it's an even split. We take a fifth of the treasure. If we leave now, we split 5th ways.
5th ways.
Yeah, and then, but if we wait a week, we have to split it with 6.
We only have to wait a day.
while we're sorry, go ahead.
I was
day
gonna
6
say
right now.
We wait one day so I can make some fish jerky for like a day or two.
Well, if
Enough for the group.
if we
Okay.
stay
You were
near the
incredibly
river, if we look at if we stay on the other side near the river, he can still fish if necessary, and we can explore the first 2 for the last day while he's
Mhm.
training his last day. At least we can get an eye and maybe rule some other places out, and then come back, get him, and then go out.
I agree. I agree. It's a good idea.
Can you craft some protection amulets against Ulrich?
No.
Okay.
He prays to Ulrich half the
You
time.
can buy a bomb.
I know it is your people.
I'm still here.
It is his people.
So,
That's all I gotta say. I'm still here.
So far.
so anybody want to carry a healing drought on them?
Yes.
Yes.
Anybody want to buy said healing drought?
I might need that.
It's fine.
One at
All,
least.
all 3 of you guys, I'll give you 1.
What? Okay.
Thank you.
A bomb costs 3 gold, and it's equivalent of a fireball.
You gotta find
No,
some.
no one knows how to use a bomb.
Yeah, listen, I just
okay.
threw it at some.
I didn't know if it was like the equivalent of you just know how to
It's
throw it.
explosive.
It's a light.
You know how to throw it. You don't know how long the fuse will burn
Okay.
or how it works beyond that. But
That makes sense.
but yes, anybody can throw a baseball.
Especially if you pee on it. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's how I got rid of the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, how I obtained the first one. Anyways, yeah, if we can go across and do that.
Okay. So how are you guys gonna get over the river? It's not a small stream.
Is there a little ferry? Well, there's a bridge going across, right, to where the barn was that we went across.
There's a river. Yeah, there's a river or
Did we buy food?
a bridge that crosses over.
Make fish jerky.
There are a few farms on the western side of the river. Yes. So there's a ferry that'll take you across there. You can cross the bridge if you prefer that. It's a bit longer of travel. And if you want to search like the foothills, you can.
Yeah, I think that's what we need to see if we could see any type of old roadway, anything like that that might have led in that direction.
Okay.
And bring us to that information.
Okay.
The vision is. I'm getting the impression this is really old. This vision of this village.
But you still would see
Why
a
would
lot of
I-
times cuts in hillsides and stuff like
I
that.
wouldn't
would-
think,
Why? Why
wouldn't
would
think it would be that old because we heard the rumors just probably 3 weeks ago that Ulrich's were migrating over in the Skag Hills looking for the White Wolf. So I wouldn't
That'd
think.
be a quick turnaround for an entire village to be built up and then
Well,
die.
I don't know. You're the worshiper of Ulrich. How does that work?
Have you ever heard of the barbarians in Rome?
It's about to be hammer time.
The barbarians
Okay.
Can't touch
conquered
it.
the entire
April
northern part of
Fool's
Rome
on us.
in like a month.
So okay, so you guys are gonna spend that last day just sort of scouting around the foothills.
Yeah, see if there's anything that gives us a general
Okay.
what we might be getting.
All 4 of you going? 5 of you going?
I was gonna fish and get
You're gonna
enough.
get supplies. Okay,
Yeah.
so for the 4 of you that go, give me a navigation roll.
Could I get an advantage because I can spell north with a spell?
Because you can spell north.
Smell north with a spell. Like I could tell which way's north when I cast a spell.
Yeah, and the rest of us can just open our eyes and go west. It's-
Well, not all of us have that much trading. Sure.
Ooh.
I've never.
Yeah, the ability to detect north is relatively trivial. That's not going to help you at this point. When you're in a cave with no reference, yes, that would be helpful.
105.
Okay.
yeah, look at you.
Did I actually pass? I passed 102.
Okay. What about Gisela?
She
She
has
sees
a worse.
everything. She sees everything. Nah,
see,
one-
my
And
initiative-
she quickly fills you in
My
and tells you
initiative-
all about it.
My initiative is low, but hers is lower. So, yeah, she didn't get it.
Okay. So Gisela carries on just chattering and taking notes and so forth.
Distracting the shit out of us.
Yeah. Late in the day, You guys spent most of the day walking up and down the coast trying to get some sense. The best you're able to determine is there appears to be some old trails near the southern end where the river splits that head further into the place. They're abandoned trails and are overgrown with weeds and things like that. Outside of maybe the first mile next to the river, where farms are doing okay, they're not flourishing, but they're at least surviving and growing some crops or maintaining some animals or whatnot. Outside of that, the ground turns very rapidly barren with a almost rust-colored dirt and sand, just a thin grit, punctuated by various large rocky outcroppings that stick out of the ground. Okay, very, very rough, desolate, unusually hot and dry out away from the river, with no real sign or cause of it. Okay, now you don't necessarily have enough time today to go further into the hills to explore, unless you wish to head out into the night. The few villagers you speak to along the way comment that there hasn't been anybody living out there for as long as they can recall. They haven't seen anybody, and they advise strongly against going out there because there's rumors of greenskins and trolls and other monsters that live in the foothills that otherwise might eat people. Generally, they stick to the river, and in times of need, cross the bridge, go over to the town for protection. But it's not patrolled, so there could be any number of things out there. Okay?
Last time I
You
tried
know what would be
fighting a
great in
troll,
this
I
situation?
died.
A light warhorse.
If you know where we get 70 gold, yeah, I'm all for it.
There you go.
No, we're gonna need a lot more than that, because if one person has a war horse,
Guess
one person gets to run away while the rest of us die.
guys-
That's
you guys
why.
get to
That's
take
why it'd be so
turns.
useful for them.
Yeah.
So I should definitely have it then.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
am
use
worth the
I
most.
use a polearm, but I know how to ride a horse. I can do
So,
all that sort of stuff like that.
You guys return to Weesbrook,
Yeah.
finish off your week. At that point, you are trained as a hunter, whatever class you were going to. You have the career options, and you can update your stat advances and your available skill choices to the new one. You haven't learned any of those yet. Okay? All you have is the option to learn them. And otherwise, you have that new social status and so forth. So he comes back with a fresh new diploma saying he is now officially a hunter. And what do you guys want to do?
And you've got a sheet for a bow and arrow?
I printed it. I don't know if anybody picked it up yet.
Question. If you go from one class to another,
Uh-huh.
and because you may have been level 2 in the one class, now are now level 1 in the other class, your
Social status goes down?
social status goes down.
Correct.
And your weekly expenditures goes down then, correct?
Uh-huh.
You don't have to pay to maintain the other one?
Nope. Because your social status is based on your value to society, not how much you spend. You can artificially, temporarily improve your social standing by spending more than your requirements, but you have to pay at least your minimum to maintain your reputation and cost of living based on your career.
Okay.
So a high-level wizard is gold class. They have to pay that much because they have to look powerful
Right.
and
I get it,
influential.
yeah.
That's the idea.
Because I am powerful.
If you go from war priest to street preacher, you don't need to maintain anything. You can get away with bronze 1.
Interesting. But I'd still have all the skills.
You'd have all the
stats,
skills and
but
backgrounds, yes.
everything, Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
But to any person walking along, you would look like the peasant preacher that doesn't own a
Even
thing.
if you're completely armored up and all
You
that.
you might be, but it wouldn't change your perception from town. And naturally, if you're living with brass 1 lifestyle, your armor would decay and get rusty and so forth.
Fair enough.
It
I'll
might
do
still
that.
be functional, but that's where
You
you
would
have
still look brass
you'd
one
look
part.
like a poor guy with ancient armor.
Okay.
Okay.
Get killed in one hit, but
You got armor.
Okay, so you spend a day fishing. You've collected several fish that you've been able to salt and preserve. So I'll give you D10 days worth of food.
Oh, well done.
Roll a 10.
9.
9 days, 9 days worth of food, not 9 days for everybody, 9 people days.
Okay, well,
So-
each
So
person
that's
can have
2
a
days
day.
for 5.
Yeah,
About
There's
that.
6 of you right now.
Oh, Ben is going with us. now?
Fine.
Well, no, Gisella's going
Oh.
with you.
Yeah.
She
Where's-
counts.
Why
Where's
don't you?
Ben?
You got.
She needs battle training.
He's a football player.
Well, it's entirely up to you. Gisella is more than welcome to stay home, but the mechanics are she doesn't get experience unless she participates and takes the risk.
She's another target.
So 6.
Well, and if she gets killed, he gets to start over.
Not my problem.
I understand that.
So
It's his problem.
I can get us.
Should have got a warhorse.
you have to take days to do.
I spent
He
like
took
3
his time
gold or
fishing
4
while
gold
you
on
were
it
finishing
already.
everything.
Like,
So we'll buy some.
You can buy regular rations by all means. They have
You
food.
just don't have to pay for me. I could split that between 2 people, and then you
Right.
don't have to pay for 2 people's food.
I can
For a
make
couple of
breakfast
days.
Right.
rations.
So I'm gonna buy 4 days worth of rations
Okay.
Bro, I
for
did
everybody
charm
except for
animal
you and
and-
one other person.
and
Yeah.
summon
Because he's
animal.
got. So that'll do.
Okay.
So
Now-
in these types of situations,
Do you
I
guys
can
have
do that.
water skins or some source of water?
Here, come here.
We could probably buy water skins. So who wants
Try
the
hunting.
other 4 days worth of
And we have a hunter.
rations?
I'll take them.
Okay, you get 4 days of fish rations.
Give me the book. Okay.
Get 4 days of salty fish.
You gonna buy us rations?
Rations.
He's buying
I'm
food
looking
to
for
outfit
water
people.
skins.
Yeah, water skin or something like that to carry some water. From what you know of the terrain, there isn't going to be much out there.
Yeah. How much is a water flask?
I'm looking at it right now. I'll get them.
We gotta get the fancy ones.
We should get a barrel.
Sure. You gonna carry a 50-gallon barrel?
No,
You're
you
strapped
get
on the back
smaller,
like
like
a
pony
princess.
keg style.
Roll it.
Weighs 20, 30 pounds.
Sure.
Let's get a light warhorse.
Put a
going on
dwarf in it.
That could carry
Put a
the
dwarf
barrel.
That's a good question. No, no, the joking aside, how much is a shitty little pony?
I think minimum's 5 gold.
Why don't we get a pony?
Let me.
We don't
yeah,
have pony
I can
money.
look.
We don't.
You need to pony up some money to get a pony so you can put a pony keg on it.
We don't have.
I am going
pony
to
money.
stab you with this pencil.
Why you
Plus-
gonna-
plus-
Not you, him.
No, I'm like, why are you gonna send me like?
Plus, we need to pay for the food.
Did you not hear him?
No.
We need a pony. We need to pony up for a pony that we can put a pony keg on the pony.
That works for me. A mule is 5 gold.
Yeah, get a mule. Fine.
Pack meal it up.
That's
You're gonna pay for the 5 gold?
again.
Oh,
You want
I genuinely thought Mr. Moneybags over there had enough.
we
Had more
haven't
than
earned
enough.
anything.
Yeah, we
as of
haven't
late.
earned
We-
anything ever
we-
since the
all-
bandit.
All the
camp.
weapons, right? All the weapons
Look,
we've been stealing.
he's the group treasurer. I have
Right.
been more than willing to let him have all the money, and with the idea
I
that he
have-
would keep us all fresh and flowing.
Hey,
I-
are
if
you
it-
eating?
I have been eating,
Okay.
and
I have 3 gold that I could donate in.
well,
I'll take it.
how much?
No.
Hold on. How much was the cotton worth?
It's,
75.
there's
No.
75 bundles, and he was going to give us half a gold for each of them, which isn't anywhere near what we'll get.
At Altdorf.
At
Or,
Altdorf is a
you
goldie.
know, actually, I disagree.
Altdorf is a goldie.
I disagree because he said it's getting smelly from sitting down there for so long. It's going to decrease in value because it's
Yeah.
going to start rotting.
He's
By the
not
time
wrong.
by the time we get to Altdorf, its value is going to be less than what we're going to sell it from here.
I'm fine if I get a light warhorse.
No, I
There will
seriously,
be enough for
I
that.
seriously think that may be a better idea.
Mm-hmm.
Sell half of it, or sell enough to buy the pony. Why?
It's gonna be so much more profit if we
He
wait.
wants the light warhorse so he can have it for
But the
himself.
point is, no. The point is, we may not get. What is better? Half of the potential profit or none of the potential profit if it rots in the hold because
That's why we just go to Altdorf.
I
and then we
can't
can
I
come-
can't do that.
And then we come back.
I can't do that.
But
Think
see,
about it. We take a week to Altdorf. We sell
Right,
it.
we
We buy
discussed it.
material this town needs. We come back, sell that material, and then we go on the Holy Quest.
Do you want him being a mutant?
Well, before we leave,
It's actually not a bad idea.
we'll go ahead. We'll go do this. We'll come back and we will.
Okay.
And we will. When we come back, we'll inspect the product from your
Right.
trip, and if it's something that's not going to be lasting, then we'll sell it, and then we'll ask around and see what they're looking for in Altdorf.
We
See
could
if
be
it's
a
something
couple
we
of
can
days.
transfer.
That's my problem. We could be a week out in the field.
We can sell it ahead of time. I'm fine with that. Look,
Let's see. There's how many bundles?
75.
So we're looking at 36-ish, 35.
35 or 36 gold if we don't haggle, but we could always haggle down if we screw it up.
I thought I already haggled on the con.
You did, but
And
there,
that
but
was
that
the
was
that was
that
the
day.
cap.
That was a week ago.
Yeah, that was that day.
You
And
have,
now
like,
it's
the
even
best
more
fellowship
rotted
in
than
the
It's
it
not
was.
rotted. They're just saying it's
Smelly.
smelly, so we need
Yes,
to get
and
it.
people
So
don't
if we're gonna
want
sell it, we'll
Just
sell it.
sell it.
Because I feel like if we wait another week to get to Altdorf and water splashing up in the boat, it's just gonna get
Your
rotten.
boat's that bad.
If only if you had any merchant skills, then you would know how long you have.
Which I do have merchant skills.
Do you?
Yeah, he
I-
does.
well, I could ask the merchants because I have merchant etiquette.
Sure, that's not quite the same.
Okay.
That'd be part
I-
of the trade and so
I
forth.
trade, but
Couldn't
it's
you-
a specialized trade. So is that right? Because there's like 5 different kinds of trade, and mine is gunsmith. So I can make gun materials.
Well, no, you could trade guns.
Oh, I can trade guns. Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Could you potentially hire an inspector to give
Yeah.
us a approximate time?
Yeah. I mean, we could spend money on that. You want to spend money on that?
Yeah, let's do that.
I feel like if we get 75 gold instead of the 35 gold, it's going to be much more.
We're not gonna get
more worth it.
So far, the group has spent a week in town. The priest has found a side quest, for lack of a better description, to head off into the Skag Hills to the west and recover some sort of relic that he's been told about in a vision.
It could be a stone.
The group is debating the best way to approach that, since it's out in a section of dry desert foothills type thing. And right now they're debating whether or not they should sell off some of the cotton and wool so that it doesn't go bad before they get to Altdorf.
And there's a secondary reason why I want the mule. If we're going to be out for days out in this horrific parched hellscape, we can buy some water barrels, some small water barrels, and keep them on the pony.
But the water has to stay clean. as well.
Well,
That's
if it's
the point
in
of
a
having it in
cask.
a barrel, in a
Yeah.
cask.
Yeah,
If the cask was the word.
if you
Yeah, well, it's in
if
here.
you have the barrels, I mean, assuming you're not out there for months, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Let's hire somebody.
A typical water skin.
Is
A
one
day.
gallon-
Yeah, a
is
day
1
of water,
gallon,
yeah.
A cask is 10. Yep. So yeah, we'll go ahead and find somebody and hire them to inspect the product for us.
okay. You ask around. There is a couple of the surveyors and so forth that work for the city that do tolls and so forth. They're willing to do so for a shilling
Okay.
to inspect the cargo and give you some basics on it.
Okay.
You show them the wool. They explain as long as you keep it dry, don't really cause any problems with it. I mean, the boat sinks or whatever, you have a problem. Other than that, you probably got a good month or so.
Okay.
Keep it dry, keep it free of infestations and mice and that sort of stuff, and you should be fine.
And we're not seeing any signs of that.
You're not seeing any signs, but then it's just a barge.
Right.
So I mean, it's not something you want to just leave out. But with the lady that you guys have,
Yeah.
she can take care of the boat, keep it clean.
She's our cat.
We're putting a lot of trust into this girl.
I
Yes.
was gonna say, yeah.
But manning this by herself is not impossible, but would be very hard for her to.
She doesn't have the skills to
Right.
really pilot the boat. She can do the basic care, and she knows how to swab the deck and
Stealing the boat
chase the
itself-
rats away.
Yeah. Stealing the boat's gonna be a lot.
And the ownership of the boat is in your name, not hers.
And they
So she can't sell the boat legally. If there's a thieves guild, she might have somebody steal the boat, but that's about it.
If and I'm just gonna tell them this on the side, away from her. If she steals this boat, I'm going on a holy quest to murder her.
What do you
I'm
think
just gonna
I'm
put
gonna
that
do?
out.
I've wanted the boat since I first joined. I will knuckle dust her until she can no longer be knuckle dusted.
No, you guys are all violent.
Until my knuckles are well dusted.
So okay. So we will. We will pick up a mule.
Do we have the money to buy the mule?
We
or
have
we
enough
sell
for a
it?
mule and 2 casks of water and rations and have money left over.
Okay. Rations for 4 people.
How much money?
I'm
do you,
not selling nothing.
Oh, okay.
how much money do you have?
None of your concern.
Can't count anyway.
Oh,
Yeah, I turned it off.
I just want to make sure. So
I know
so
that
we
side
have
of your
20.
coffers.
So we've got
thank you.
20 gallons of water because the cask holds 10 gallons. Because a barrel is 32 gallons, and we would need a cart to go along with the mule at that point. So casks.
I turned it off intentionally, George.
How much is a water skin? Because we should all have our own water skin, just
In case
for
we get
mercy.
lost
Yeah.
or the mule runs away.
Separated. Yeah, exactly.
How much does?
We
Here,
should probably get a lead or a rope
one
as well.
1 shilling, 8 copper. No, one.
If necessary, I can
Yeah,
purify
1
water.
shilling, 8 brass.
For a water
If
If
skin?
For a water
necessary, I
skin,
can purify
1
water.
silver. And,
That there may not
Yeah,
be
but
a
hold
water
gallon of water.
purifier.
One shilling and
Well,
5
yes, but if we
brass.
have to find
I don't
some,
know,
and
if you want
it
one,
could be like
Cool.
anything.
I will 1 shilling 8 brass.
It could be blood.
Yeah.
Yes, I need 3
Okay.
brass from you.
So what are we doing?
If you want a water skin,
Sure.
okay.
How much water will the
Do you
mule
have
consume?
1 shilling, 8 brass, or no?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got rations enough for all of us between his fish that he gave him and I went in. You're going with us,
1
Ben?
shilling and 8 copper
Okay.
short,
Just wanna make sure you're going.
lower towards
Now
light
hang out and
warhorse.
see you're going out and
Oops.
fight orcs with us.
God, say light warhorse.
Orc orcs.
how much
And I think
resources will the mule consume?
it's going to take tack and stuff also.
How many resources will a mule? A day of feed per day? Unless it can eat grass.
Which they isn't any grass out there.
We have to have another mule to carry them.
Carry the mule food.
Thing is, I'm not
At
finding.
that point, might as well just sell the boat and just like get a caravan of mules.
I'm not finding feed.
No,
Again-
you want to sell the boat so you can get a light war
horse.
horse.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would absolutely do that.
I've only been saying this
So
for
then
3
I can't
sessions.
I
level
said it from the moment we got the boat.
I
And
did
then I
too,
can't level up.
and then he called it the Heldenhammer, and then all of a sudden, nope, it's a religious boat. We cannot
It is
sell
a
it.
religious boat. It's ours.
It is the Heldenhammer.
I need
forgot
that
about
to
that. I
level
forgot
up.
it was
Go ahead and
all there.
rejoin, George.
Turns out we just found the corpse of the
So,
Sigmar's
Andy,
cousin or something.
so let me get this straight. Someone found a side mission that leads us into a big desert.
Mhm.
We're going on that and leaving the boat for how long?
That girl that we saved is taking care of the boat while we're gone.
Yeah, but like,
A few days.
oh,
Yeah. And it's owned by us, so she can't sell it anywhere or anything like that.
No, there'll be consequences. And she knows that. It would
Okay.
be very difficult anyways.
To be honest, I would be
Not
rather
with
more
us.
scared of the priest with the glowing green hammer than any legal consequences.
Why?
oh yeah, it's
Glowing
right
green
there.
hammer.
So you're scared of a glow stick.
He glows! Routinely!
I have a license for it though.
You have a giant hammer. He has a stick.
You've seen him nuke people.
I know.
Okay.
I have a license.
You've seen me miss hitting people with this hammer more times than I've hit them.
My character has memory loss.
He's about to have a lot of war loss. He doesn't. Alright,
Hey, we can feed him to
Alright,
a
we got
troll.
4 days worth of
And then we
food,
split the
guys, so
cost.
we gotta do this in a
let's do it.
Okay.
short amount of time.
Well, I have 5
Tactical.
actual.
Okay, you get to live
Okay,
a little
move
bit
on.
longer.
I can create rabbits.
All right,
on
let's
the way.
move on.
So you guys go across the river with your stuff.
Find that pathway pretty easy, right?
Sure. Yeah, that's not too difficult.
Tony the Tony.
And,
Oh, I thought it was like.
The pony's name is Tony?
Yep.
Okay.
Tony the Pony. Okay.
Alright, that's fantastic.
He complains, I'm a mule.
That's right.
His name's Moscow.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what's in the casks.
That's
They
right.
didn't ask for water, they just wanted to be able to drink.
That's right. They said they wanted to drink. Honestly, it's probably safer to drink the alcohol, not the water. So, you guys head to where you believe there's a trail and head off into the wilderness. Okay. Some of the local farmers sort of watch you as you walk by, curious, shaking their head. What's that?
Farmers in the same land?
Here.
Along the river. Along the river, there's farms, after about a mile in, the farms die off into nothing but the rocky foothills.
Wait, is it
Yes.
that?
Yep,
Yes.
that's where we're headed. The Skag Hills.
Yep,
Okay.
We're treasure hunting.
that's right. Where are you guys going to head? Just follow the trail as far as it happens to go, or
Try to keep a westernly.
okay?
Right.
Well, let's see where would they build a village that would be smart?
By the river.
By a tree. On a hill.
So
Was it the highest hill in the area when I was?
It was certainly higher, yes.
Okay.
It was
Well, I
up
guess it's a start.
up on a plateau.
Well, where's the tallest hill we see? And then we can go from there.
I
Okay.
agree.
Okay. So you guys head off to the west, following the trail. 15 minutes or so out, the trail just sort of disappears amongst the ravines and everything. There's not much of a trail. The terrain itself is rocky and dusty. Fairly quickly, you guys get a thin layer of reddish dust on everything. The mule complains most of the way, punctuated alternatively by Gisela commenting about some interesting formation or thing she sees or whatever. She's very eager. I'm assuming she's leading the mule.
Sure.
Okay, since that's below all of you guys. So she spends most of the time just chatting away with the mule, who doesn't seem to mind, but every now and then just sits there just complaining and so forth.
Does the dust seem like it's just regular dust? I mean, you said we've all got this coat of dust on us, and I'm feeling like, does it just seem like just the regular dirt dust? Or is
It
there
feels
something-
like dirt
nothing?
dust, yeah.
No taste to it, no.
Dry,
Okay.
dusty.
Yep, I'll taste the dust.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
I die instantly.
faint green sparkles everywhere, but no, it's fine. No, it's fairly dry and so forth. The first day goes by as you guys travel into the foothills. You slowly get a sense that you're heading in the right direction based on the perspective you can see of the river and everything. You're able to use that somewhat to orient yourself. But as the first night dawns, you haven't found any sign of trees or anything like that, other than the occasional broken or dead stumps here and there.
Has there been wildlife that we've seen, or is it like a
No,
David's area?
haven't seen any wildlife,
Okay.
other than the occasional lizard.
And
Things like
No
that.
wolf
Yeah.
howls or anything like that.
No.
I will do my Holy Vision quests in the evenings.
Okay. Well, it's the first evening at this point.
Okay.
You
first
guys.
I will, as we set camp.
Okay. Where in general are you looking to set camp?
In a lower area where
In a ravine?
where they're probably not going to see if someone is out there. They're
Campfire.
not going to see our campfire, and we're going to keep it just enough so we're not freezing to death at night.
Okay. So you gather up some bits of wood and so forth. There's not much in the way of burning material as such. There's some tumbleweeds and things like that you can get things going. You light a small fire, eat some dried fish, drink a bunch of water because said fish is very salty. And what are you guys going to do for the night? As the sun sets, the temperature goes more the opposite, where it's been very hot and humid all day. At night, it gets very cold, chilly, and dry. And the sounds of wildlife become active. You hear bugs buzzing, wolves howling in the distance, and so forth.
Was your vision at night or at day? Like, I'm talking about the actual vision taking place.
Sun was setting.
Sun was setting.
Maybe we have to find the town when the sun's setting.
All right, Indiana Jones.
So then instead of take the first watch, I think we should take watches throughout the night.
Okay.
That way we don't end up all exhausted.
Okay. So you're going to take the first watch by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we doing about 2-hour watches? Is that
You tell me.
Yeah. 2-hour watches, so we could do 2 people for each of them. Just about.
I'm not staying up to watch.
You're not gonna stay up at all for like one? No. Okay.
I'm sleeping.
Gisela sits down with her book and starts talking with
Right.
you.
Yeah.
So
You'll get the second watch with her.
Well,
You won't
the
be able
thing
to hear
is,
nothing.
if she's not watching, everyone else would be awake too.
I mean, I sleep well.
That's what you think until
Who wants to stay up with Ben first?
I'm
Everybody?
fine
You're
just
good?
staying up by myself.
Okay.
I'm more than capable of handling a wolf.
All right.
There's supposed to be green skins
Yep.
out
Who gets
here.
first one?
Okay. Give me a perception roll.
Me?
Mhm.
I assume I'm like doing my holy vision during this and stuff.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay.
Nope. Unholy vision.
Okay, just so I remember correctly.
Your
So
roll
it's
plus your bonus.
Yes.
Okay. So that'd be 61? Yeah. No. Yeah, 61.
61.
Yes.
Okay.
Not the best roll.
Okay. So the night seems to pass uneventfully. Nobody attacks or kills anybody. Everybody's alive in the morning. He wakes up people in order of shift and so forth. Morning dawns. The temperature rapidly starts to climb back up again. The sounds of wildlife die off almost immediately as soon as the sun comes up. What do you guys want to do?
They didn't give him anything?
You did not get any further information or visions.
What
How
moon
did
was
you
it
even
last
get
night?
that vision?
What moon?
Yeah, what
He's,
moon was
he's
it?
doing it.
Full moon, half
A
moon.
guy told him about his vision, and then he went on a vision quest.
Nearly full.
Oh,
Near the full moon. Okay.
Okay.
Go to, how about we travel up to the highest point that we can see, and then see if we can get a general direction from there from your
Okay.
vision. So,
You scale up the hills and the rocks and everything, get up to the top. You get a general sense of where you're going. You think from this point you need to go a little bit north, and you see in the distance what looks like an old tree that matches sort of your vision. However, you also notice up here there are several tracks in the dirt. It looks like combinations of wolf prints, at least according to the recently trained hunter, and several boot prints, all of which look to be within the last 12 to 24 hours.
I thought he was about to say one mule print and 6 boot prints.
Mutants.
do you know if orcs or goblins wear boots at all? With your,
Oh, I'm sure they
your
do.
definite knowledge, or
I feel like it's a mutant.
But
Yeah.
very possible.
my concern is the vision was very clearly followers of Ulrich, and they worship the wolves as a symbol of Ulrich. They may also be looking for this holy relic.
Gotcha.
I don't feel comfortable fighting normal human folk over a religious relic from their religion. That seems uncool. So
It's Warhammer, we're uncool.
well, I'm just saying, if we run into a group of Ulrich worshippers who are going to take this relic, we may or may not. I may not join the fight
But Sarah,
because that just doesn't feel right to me.
well,
But if it's a holy relic of yours, of Sigmar, that he had the view of,
What was it of Sigmar's holy relic?
You never
It
got
just
it. You
was a
never got
holy
it.
relic.
According to the priest of Sigmar, it was a Sigmar relic.
Oh, okay. I
You have
misunderstood
not. You have not gotten any information one way or the other.
it. Okay, I disregard everything I just said
because that's your relic.
Kill.
because it's my relic. They die if they get it first.
Gotcha. Okay. So wolf and foot boot prints.
I also think it's orcs, because orcs sometimes have wolves with
Yeah,
them.
Yeah.
I've never seen an orc. I couldn't even begin to tell you.
Seen multiple.
I don't even know if they exist. I don't believe they exist.
If only we joined the draft.
Orcs
Right.
are
Huh?
rare.
All right, moving on.
Yep.
We're gonna follow the. You want to start heading towards that, and can we follow the tracks and see? Are they generally heading in the direction of the tree?
No, not specifically.
Question is, do we follow the tracks in the tree?
Tree.
Sure.
And can we try to stay high ground for as much as possible?
Sure. You try to stay up
Yeah,
more high.
Where we got
Okay.
Stay on
elevated
bridges
view.
and shit.
Yeah, like,
I know
but
that
we
makes
hop
us
from one
exposed
ridge
up, but
to
at least we have the
other.
high ground.
Sure.
Can't give me Anakin.
Okay. About an hour later or so, you find yourself approaching the tree. The tree itself is a old, gnarled, dead tree. Obviously, has been dead for quite some time. It has old limbs reaching up and out. It looks at one point like it might have been a thriving oak tree, long since dead, and at this point fairly petrified. There's a fairly jagged scar of black that runs down a portion of it. There is not necessarily discolorations, but definitely some scars on several of the larger branches that go horizontal, where something at some point in the past would have been tied to it and damaged the bark. Does that make sense? Looking around, here and there you see what looks like a rock formation that sort of stands up, but nothing obvious in terms of a village or anything like that.
Does my holy ground, do I feel like it's holy ground?
No.
So we
On
supposed
holy ground?
so we're supposed to dig here?
I'm gonna search. I don't know. I haven't got that far yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna start digging, not digging around, but I'm gonna start checking the ground and see if there's bones underneath this that are just subsided into the dirt a little bit. You know.
You dig through what you can. I mean, it's fairly rocky and so forth around there. You do find might be bones. It might just be bits of wood or whatever, but whatever it is, it's ancient.
I want to
Okay.
look at the tree and look for any hollows in the tree, and then if there's any hollows, we'll look inside the hollow and see if there's any loot.
Okay. Yes, there's several holes in the tree. The interior appears to be mostly hollow. There is no bags of gold or other loot hidden in there.
I have a new holy relic.
While
It's
they're
like-
doing all that,
there you
I'll
go,
just
quest
keep a
over.
watch out.
Okay.
I'm
Keep an
gonna
eye
start
out.
searching the area,
Okay.
looking at the rock mounds and stuff. See if maybe
There's a basement.
if the structures themselves have collapsed, maybe we can find an entrance to a basement.
Okay.
Or
Give
something
me a
like that.
perception roll.
I'm gonna try and identify what the tracks
Try to do
lead.
that. I can do the track name.
There are no tracks here. Tracks were back at the campsite where you guys were, overlooking your camp.
Is there a specific direction where the most damage to the lowest room is? Like you were saying, there was damage horizontally.
No, damage to the tree is a vertical stripe through it where it got hit.
Yeah.
The branches reaching out look like at one point or another something large or heavy was wrapped around the branch.
Like a body
Okay.
hanging out.
Yeah.
Right, that sort of thing.
118 for my
Okay.
perception.
You're keeping watch while they're digging around in the dirt, looking at bits of bone or shell or something like that in the dirt. You see momentarily in the direction of the rising sun to the east what looks like, it's only there for a moment, it looks like some sort of rider on a large animal, and then it sort of disappears in the glare of the sun. And when you clear your eyes and look back, it's gone.
Can I let them know?
Sure.
Well, mainly him. 'Cause
Okay.
I guess he's the one with
Was
the
it green?
vision.
You didn't get a very clear look. All you saw was a dark shape on some sort of animal. It was not a horse from its shape, but you're not sure what it was.
Yeah, I'll convey all the
Might have
what
been
I
a
saw.
pig. Might have been a wolf.
All right, I'll pull my hammer out
Okay.
I got
and just kind of have it over my shoulder as I'm walking
Okay.
looking around.
searching. I got 113.
Okay, searching around the tree.
Or searching the area, the foundations and stuff. Do you want me to pick a certain spot? or-
Yeah, I mean to search for, like I said, you confirm fairly quickly that these rock formations that are sticking up are remnants of old foundation. Okay, from the looks of it, there's maybe a dozen or so locations around the area, so it's going to take a couple of hours to search the entire place.
Yeah, I will
Okay.
go to the largest,
Even if we all pitch in?
largest foundation
Yes.
first.
Okay.
Okay.
Is where I'm going to go. Largest foundation first that I can find.
Okay.
Churches are
take
usually
that.
large.
Mhm.
I'm gonna effectively just watch around for anything of interest.
Yeah, I'm still keeping
So you're just going to
watch.
keep watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get that. The vision. Where was the holy relic? Was it in the dirt around the tree?
He does not.
Doesn't know.
Okay.
What if it's
I didn't get GPS coordinates, man.
Yeah.
Well,
What if it's-
I
what
don't
if
know
it's the
because I
tree?
wasn't here.
Could be a tree.
Okay.
But I would have felt. I think I would have felt something. Do you have like a detect magic or anything like that?
detect artifact? Yes.
Why don't you try that out?
Okay, it's a blind intuition check, and I touch the tree. Is it magical?
Okay. What's your intuition?
It is a 39.
It's a hidden portal to hell.
He falls through the tree.
We're going to the boneyard.
Come back,
Another-
Alice.
Another game.
Okay, straight
You do get the sense of something powerful in the area.
There you go. There's something magical in the area.
Powerful.
Well, that's good though. It's confirmation.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
not
in the
just
right
crazy.
place.
So
You're still crazy. We just know
He's
it's
not
here.
just crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys spread around town. There's not much of anything left on the surface as far as the foundations. At one point, you get a tingling sensation as you go over what you assume is holy or unholy ground, where there seems to be some sort of a religious presence and so forth. Your conclusion is this is probably where their temple or church or at least religious center was. And for your point, this is one of the larger buildings in area. There is the remnants of the foundation. It doesn't look like they had any sort of basement or other opening, but nearby there is a large hole in the ground, maybe 4 or 5 feet across, with bits of stone broken away but piled around it, almost like it was a well or something like that that's long since crumbled.
Does anybody have a torch?
Timmy fell down the well.
I'll go over and look down the hall.
Okay. It's a hole that goes at least 5 or 10 feet before disappearing into the shadows.
Can I like?
Just find it.
Oh wait, am I even over there?
You guys are all roughly together. You two are keeping watch.
Okay, well, I was gonna like grab a small stone and drop it in to see if there's water down there.
Okay. You drop it in. You hear nothing for a second or two, and then a loud clattering of it hitting stone.
I was gonna say,
Okay,
I
so-
count as it goes to try to
Sure.
just
Yeah, you-
approximate it.
9.8 meters.
You're guessing. You're guessing maybe 50 feet.
Okay.
Is it 9.8 or 9.6?
9.81.
9.81. It's been a long time since I've
But that's
Did
meters
anybody bring
Yeah,
rope?
it's meters per second.
What?
squared.
Did anybody bring rope or
I did say
torches?
squared. I was close.
Yeah, he didn't.
Rope. Rope for sure.
I have a
Did you
bucket.
bring torches?
I didn't bring torches.
Did anybody?
You got torch in here.
I got a lantern.
He can
I mean, that'll
ignite
work.
somebody.
I could.
Yes. You can burn everyone. That would be acceptable.
Who wants to be the torch? You mean Carrie?
You
No.
mean
Who wants
torch.
to be the torch?
Yes.
Well, how
He's
bright
got the
is my
lantern.
hammer glowing?
You do
Get dropped. Drop
Currently in the bright sunlight, it's barely visible.
Okay.
So
put in a dark hole.
If you want me to, if you could set up the
But
rope to
your
something
hammer would
sturdy,
do
I
I
could
do have a torch.
climb down with George's lantern
Your
if
hammer
he's
would
okay
turn
with me
right now.
using that.
You have a rope. It would
got
just.
rope.
You're so greedy.
His
Well,
rope.
that's fine. He can
His
You know how much
rope.
lanterns cost? I
Well,
don't care about you.
go
I want my
down there.
lantern.
That's alright. We'll lower you or Giselle down.
We could do it to a
I
lantern.
probably
I
weigh
like
the
the
light.
idea of taking the lantern, tying it to the
I
end of the
probably
rope.
weigh the
And,
lightest.
Lower
No,
it down.
I was gonna
Uh-huh.
climb down
Sure.
with it. Like,
no,
I
don't
was-
don't do that. Don't risk yourself.
Yeah, that's.
No.
If you want to
That's
keep,
her.
you keep a watch for us because
You're our
while
best
we're doing
fighter.
this, we want to make sure we're not getting
Yeah.
snuck up on.
Going first.
But we want if we lower just the lantern down, we can see if it opens up more down at the bottom. It should work, right? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you can
Okay.
lower a lantern.
we have
Okay, I
rope?
guess I'll
Yes.
go
We
in.
do?
We do.
Well, is
Yes.
it,
We're
does it have
prepared.
any ruined
Yeah, I
walls
was
at all,
preparing
or is
stuff
it just a
that
flat
morning.
foundation?
It's not flat. The surface is flat. The hole,
Oh.
it's fairly
Speaking
jagged.
about this, what's our party goal?
Get the relic.
Party goal is to get to a relic.
Okay.
Okay, the party goal has been set. Get the relic.
Sure.
I noticed I didn't say Sigmar relic.
Yeah,
Whatever relic that might
relic
be.
happens to be.
Just
Okay.
acquire a relic, not this relic.
Sure.
Listen, I'm a relic. I'm an old dude.
Okay.
I'm
Give me a
willing to
perception
break
check.
That's a large number.
I'll need to know what large number, but
I'm
52.
Doing the math.
That's a large number.
It's 12.
144.
Wait, what?
Okay.
200?
144.
You see in the distance, and again, this is quite some distance away. The sun's come up a little bit further. You see what looks like 2 mounted figures to the east on one of the rises for maybe a few seconds, and then they move out of sight.
Guys, it's Hog Rider.
Oh Jesus.
It's gonna come knock
I'm
down.
gonna relay that to the group. Saying
Okay.
we're being watched by a group of unknown individuals on mounts.
Okay?
Like warhorse.
So I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and lower the
Like war dog.
The lantern down?
lantern down.
Okay. You see it's obviously a well shaft of some form. It's not a straight cylinder. Instead, there are layers of the shale sort of reaching in and out, making ledges all the way along the side as it goes down through a fairly jagged hole. It goes down maybe 30, 40 feet or so before it looks like a larger shelf off to one side. The main hole, however, descends further down below that,
Beyond 50 feet.
beyond the 50 feet length of the rope.
Okay.
You're not sure how much further down it goes.
So, is somebody staying up here with the mule?
No.
Yeah, yeah.
You do. Y'all going out because we could tie off to the mule.
I think it's a terrible idea for all of us.
Yeah,
to
it
go.
is.
How- I'm the one.
I
one
was
of
the
the-
one.
This is my vision quest.
I'm one of the
I am the
fighters.
least fighter person. I feel like I should be the one staying up here. I'm not trying to be like sick.
Everybody's quickly volunteering not to go.
No, but like
I will go.
I'm gonna do the least amount of damage.
No. Here's
I'm
my
gonna be
thing.
able to punch something, and then I'm gonna get punched back and die.
My thought is this. We know there's a threat topside.
Yep.
We don't know there's a threat down on below.
Usually, good at.
I'm
It's
one of
usually
those
a
with the
good
bow. I'll
theory
stay up
that there
there.
is.
You got,
I
you got any
understand.
magic coming from the
I
hole?
was just wondering.
Well, I'm one of the most
Hey, magic comes from the
perceptive
hole?
and I'm the best
Oh,
with
it's
the
a
bow.
good point.
Ah,
Then
it's
I
fine.
You
will
should
make
stay
sure
up
I'm
top.
at maximum.
Yeah.
You are at
I'm
maximum.
pretty damn good.
Whatever your wounds are times 5.
Your bow, you can shoot it
Any
right at.
any like strong magic coming from the hole?
I have pretty good luck
No.
against riders.
No,
Yeah,
win,
like
no,
that,
no
with
winds of
goblin.
magic at this point.
Okay.
Well, I'd say
Like
it'd be
zero?
good-
There are winds of magic, but nothing unusual.
Okay,
It'd be
nothing
good
unusual.
for you to stay up since you can shoot people.
Yes.
So, if the 3 of us stay up and the 3 of you go down,
That would be.
I'm also really good at range.
Hold on.
right? I mean, that's a. But you gotta be able to.
You-
Okay,
you're-
I have to go down.
You
the
need to go get the red.
You have the light.
So-
There's no talking about that.
You want to go with me?
Okay.
For sure.
I'd say you three would
Go
go
the light
down.
horse.
Us three will stay up.
Okay.
All right.
Do we
I
have
think
like
you should stay up here.
no? I
No.
don't think
Okay.
so.
We'll even split the party because that always works well. The 3 of us will go down. You go first.
Because
Thing
we
is,
have the
we have
two.
7.
We have the two.
I'll
She
watch
can stay
out
up top?
while I don't watch
Okay.
for-
Can she can cast magic?
She can
No.
cast magic.
Good, that's what I like
Whether,
to hear.
whether or not she's good at it.
Whatever. It's another
She has
time,
had 3 days of training with that spell.
right? That's
She
fine.
has,
I've got
she
twin
has
tail
3 spells.
Hang on.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 day of training with each spell.
Yeah, of course.
Gotcha. Now you gotta climb down the rope. Now
Going
there
down
are-
is easy.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And then you got, so what I'm gonna do, because there obviously
She's a friend
isn't
of
any
Dale.
real place to tie up the rope, I'm gonna tie the rope off to the mule.
Absolutely.
And that, the rope goes 10 feet beyond,
bad
listen,
idea.
the rope goes 10 feet beyond the hole that you guys are gonna look to get into. That
Okay.
side passage.
Right, tying it off to the mule loses effectively 10 feet.
Okay.
That gives you 40 feet of rope. The landing is about 30 feet down.
Gotcha. So you got 10 feet of rope. If you can find a place to tie that off there,
Keep
even
the
if
mule from
even the
running.
mule dies,
Yeah.
it still makes a set tether for you to climb up while we're happening to be fighting something.
Unless you're heavier than a mule.
How much?
Right.
How much do those
Probably that is.
the casks?
No,
of
I
water
honestly
weigh?
might be.
They're
oh my
10
God.
gallons, so a 10-gallon of water is 8 pounds, so that
There you
is
go.
64.
You guys are doing a lot
Doubled
of.
is 125 pounds,
Yeah.
plus the weight of a mule.
64.
No.
Is
I was
120.
thinking.
We're not
I
killing
was
seven
thinking
barrel
we
on
go
top.
down with the cask of water, because if you guys get killed, at least we can survive off the water for a few days.
If we have to eat each other and drink each other's blood.
I'm just thinking long term,
I could
worst
come
case scenario.
Hit that.
And I can summon the rats of the place, so we can eat the
Oh,
rats.
Jesus Christ.
Hit that.
And I could purify the rat blood, so we can just survive down
The
there.
Sigmar frown on just killing yourself.
Just one. And hey, the hole goes further if you decide you need
What?
to.
Worse yet, you could incinerate
Dad
the
said
rats
that
for
the
firewood.
ledge is going
Yeah,
down,
there we
like,
go.
all over the wall.
Right.
Right.
I think we
That-
just use those to climb up.
Sure.
If that-
Yes. We
if
all
that
could.
The rope-
Yeah.
And if
rope
we need
helps.
firewood, I can incinerate the rats.
Okay. Enough.
So,
enough. Enough. Let's go down the damn hole.
Okay, so who's gonna go first?
Your youngest child.
Oh,
is gonna
Ben, you're going first.
go- Ben's going first.
Wait, Ben's going down the hole? Let me get this.
Your
You-
soldiers,
you-
your soldiers
you,
going
me,
first.
and Ben.
Okay.
Us three
So,
and
Ben?
Gisela.
You, and I'll take up the rear since I'm a bit of a. Well, you're kind of badass in melee too, aren't you?
Yeah, I have reach also too with my pole.
Say, you stay in the middle.
isn't Giselle staying up with us?
Yeah, you got.
Oh,
she's staying
okay.
with you guys.
I was like, range, hand to hand. So,
Notice,
I mean, we're
if Giselle
not
gets
capable of
annoying, I'm just
taking on
gonna
an
shut
army,
up.
but
Well, if I try and fight someone, I'm gonna
Better
get
not.
Every
swiped
time we
off
make a
my
decision,
seat with one.
We'd have to have a fucking half-hour talk about it.
That's how the group
Yep.
works. So the soldiers going first. You're going to climb down the rope, and your intent is to, I assume, stop at the landing.
Yes.
Okay. So what is your athletics?
Oh.
Beat him, punch him, and get smashed
It's just
with a
noise
warhammer.
at this point.
Isn't that strength?
No, I think there's an athletic skill.
Oh.
Just
Sorry.
climb.
Climb.
Yeah,
Athletic. Yeah,
climb.
there's an athletic skill actually.
Well, climb would work.
Climb. Yeah. Plus
And all
4.
they got.
Okay. So give me a roll with the rope. You get a plus 20.
Okay, so plus 16 total.
athletics. So much better at athletics than
40, 42. But that's when they have armor class 20.
It's gonna be the bandit outpost all over again. We're all gonna do good, and then that's gonna jump off.
Okay, 124.
Okay. So you scurry down the rope using both of your hands. The shale ledge, the rocks and everything that are sticking out, they seem stable. You don't put all of your weight on them, however, so you're not sure if they really are, but they feel solid when you're like pushing off against them and so forth. There is bits of debris and other things that fall off as you go down where you brush up against the wall, and that rattles down through the hole, disappearing through below the landing, and you can hear it bouncing off of more stone going down there. Some unknown depth, but pretty deep. Okay.
I'm gonna like say, like when I get to the landing, I'm gonna tell them, be careful, it sounds like it's a very far way down.
Okay. You call that back up to him. Echoes through the chamber. You get to the landing and step off of it with the rope. There is, you have about a 5 to 10 foot area where you're standing on, and then there looks like an old tunnel that leads into the landscape. From there, there are a couple of old iron torch sconces on the wall
Okay. So,
where you could tie off the rope if you so choose.
so the
and a
torch
tunnel-
sconces are-
Yeah?
Oh, sorry. Would they still, with my basic knowledge of torches, which is basically none, would they still be usable? Like if we
They're
put
just
one on
they're just
fire,
they're
or-
just iron, just
Oh.
iron mounting because
Oh,
there
I
are
thought
no
there were
torches.
It's
in
not-
there.
No, there are no
okay.
torches there. There's just a place where you could put a torch if you had one. Okay,
but-
those are on the wall where you could tie off the rope if you desire. There doesn't seem to be anything else obvious where you could tie the rope otherwise.
Do they look secure to the wall?
Yes.
Are we bringing
Okay,
a
they
That's
spare?
why you said you could tie one off.
What's
Okay, yeah,
what's
but
your
I'll-
perception?
Me?
Yes.
Oh.
We're bringing a spare rope, correct?
Let me see what's on my inventory list.
we had 2.
No.
I bought 2 before we.
Can we bring the other one just in case?
I do not have rope on me.
I'm okay with it.
Rent it out for
129.
Okay.
129.
So I need to know what your bonus is more so.
Oh,
I am overloaded. I don't want to take
37.
any more.
37. Okay. Down below
I'll take the
in the
lightsaber.
hole,
yeah.
like I said, other than the bits of rubble that fell in and you hear an echoing clatter as it bounces off of stone, it sounds as silent as death down there. There's no other noises coming from below.
I took it.
That's right. Down the tunnel,
I don't have it.
you smell a. It smells like iron coming from that direction, sort of in the air, and there's a fine dust just floating in the air from where you've disturbed the floor and so forth.
Okay, but yeah, I would like to take the lantern from the rope and tie the rope.
It's not on the rope currently. You're in the dark right now. Though
No,
you couldn't
why-
climb on the rope with the lantern, otherwise it's just going to get smashed.
Well then, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and tie the rope to the thing.
The wall sconce.
The wall sconce.
Okay, so you're otherwise in the dark. There's just a sliver of sunlight coming down from up above, where the sun's slowly going up to noon above you.
Okay, while I'm tying the rope to the sconce, I'm going to tell him, make sure you bring the lantern down.
Okay. So, who wants to climb down? He seems to have secured the rope down below, so it's not waving nearly as much.
Go, in case the rope breaks, and so there's only one person stuck down there.
Then he can tie a second rope
This is
down.
brand
Yeah,
new.
then I have
This
the
better
second
not
rope.
break.
Oh, okay, better question
Okay.
or better idea. You tie your rope around me, right?
Okay.
Because I have no faith that I'm going to make it down there without slipping.
Yeah.
So you tie your rope around me, tie it off to the donkey until I can get secured.
Put it on the donkey.
Huh?
Put it on the donkey.
The mule.
It's Tony.
Tony the pony. So tie it off to Tony. Once I say I'm good, right, you can undo it and then bring the rope down.
You could tie it off with assuming somebody has some basic training in climbing, a 5 or
I
better.
have really good climbing.
Okay, if you have 5 or more ranks in climbing,
Oh, I don't have any ranks in climbing.
okay, then you have enough training in it to understand how to belay the rope through the mule and everything to assist you.
Okay.
Rather than just tying it off, they can help lower you to give you a bigger bonus.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to,
So you're gonna help
like,
him
on his way
You're gonna
down,
do that?
I'm
I thought
going
you were
to try to
keeping watch.
assist him.
I'm gonna keep it watch.
Okay.
I'm gonna be sad.
I know you're bored, but you're keeping watch.
I can assist
I'm
them
gonna
down.
be sad.
Okay.
if Tony
I have
dies.
5 more ranks, so
Yeah.
That's fine. As long as you have at least 5 ranks of training, you're fine. You're already downstairs or down below,
Yeah.
so you can't really
Yeah.
help. Okay, so with their assistance and the second rope, that'll give you a plus 40 on your climb
Okay.
instead of 20.
That's good because I need it.
Oh
Did you roll bad?
no! I made it, no problem.
Okay.
I
So
rolled
you scurry.
160 something.
Okay. You scurry down the rope, seeming like you've done this every day. You get down. Your hammer is the only light down there, other than what little sunlight makes it all the way down, letting out a pale greenish glow that illuminates maybe 5 feet around you. It looks like the tunnel, after maybe 5 feet into it, changes from like natural cavern to cobblestone and brick.
All right, I'll take the moment while he's climbing down. Right, I'll take that moment and I'll pull my lantern out.
Okay, and light that up. Okay.
Get it lit up.
Okay.
Then hand it to him.
So when you get down there,
Two-handed.
he's gonna roll, but when you get down there, hopefully not quickly,
Yeah.
then I can see because they've got the lantern, so I can see when he gets on the space. So then I'll untie that rope up there and send it down to you guys.
Okay.
Okay. Give me another perception check.
Now this is going to show you guys. Okay.
No, there's no.
And I'm not retrieving that dice.
you want to use the manly one?
Okay.
You mean get a dice check?
That stayed flat too. It
I
didn't
wish
roll.
you hadn't retrieved that dice.
So you didn't roll very good?
I'm gonna use a fortune point.
Why? On a perception?
Yeah, save it for the battles, man.
Save it for the important shit.
Yeah.
If you don't see anything, you don't see anything.
Yeah.
Do you perceive the
Looks
ballista
clear.
as the ballista's flying at him?
Okay.
I like how he's over there making the adjustments to how close they are behind the scenes. Like, okay.
Okay, so they're going to tie off the rope for you, and I assume you're going to climb down too?
Yes.
Okay.
I will take the same
96.
assistance
Okay.
Brad did because I'm not good at climbing.
96 on my perception.
96, okay.
I am a wizard.
Coast all clear.
And does he still get the plus 40 for assistance?
Yes, because the rope's tied off.
Your
Okay.
dress is getting in the way.
Oh, I got a 147.
So yeah, we all got down with these.
Okay. Yeah, without much difficulty, you managed to get down there.
I didn't need a rope anyway. Which is surprising. I have like a really low climb skill.
And he said,
Yes.
I'm not exactly focused in attack, I'm more defense.
That's
Just
fine.
wanted to let you know.
I'm going
That's
to.
fine.
Okay.
It's important
I'm
too.
gonna take one of the casts off the mule.
Throw it
tie
to him.
To the secondary rope. That's still the first one that was hanging down.
Okay.
We never took that. Never brought that.
Right,
up
there's
yet.
2 ropes
Right.
currently on the mule. One is loose at their end.
Right. The one that's loose there, and I'm gonna pull up and tie a cast to and lower it down to him.
Okay, lower my cask of water.
Yep, a cask of water,
Don't drop it.
and then I'm going to. It's attached to the
How
mule.
sturdy is the balcony, the overhang thing?
It's holding the 3 of you.
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
Bonus.
I was gonna say, like, him, since he already has his hammer out, well,
Is the lantern out?
lantern, whatever.
He has a lantern and a 2-headed hammer.
And then I'm
Okay,
gonna-
well.
Well, he
hold
gave
on.
you the
I'm
lantern.
just popping, yeah. Since I have the lantern, I'm gonna have my shield and the lantern out, and I'm gonna just move in a bit from the hallway. Then you just come behind me, and you just catch the water
Okay.
barrel.
So he lowers a cask of water down to you. You assume put it there next to you on the ledge.
And then I untie the one that's attached to him
Okay.
that he belayed down on because I had already.
And drop him the rope?
I'm gonna drop
Yeah.
him that rope so they have a rope down there.
Okay, you leaving the rope here or taking it with you?
Taking it with us.
Okay. Taking the cask of water with you or leaving it here?
Probably leave it here.
Yeah,
Okay.
like put
Like-
it more
like
in
just-
the
just
hanging from the
tunnel.
rope.
Not hanging from the rope, just inside the hallway.
Yeah,
Okay.
Maybe
not
you should-
on the
Okay.
ledge.
Maybe you should Minotaur maze it, like if it's a big like labyrinth type thing, tie the rope to this end. And
Okay.
We
guide
only
it
have
with
50 feet.
Yeah, 50 feet.
it. Well, that's 50 feet. That if you find it, then you know 50 feet your way.
Okay.
Okay, are you leaving the other rope tied to the iron sconce?
Yeah.
Okay. The 4 of you up above. You've released all the rope and everything. The mule is standing there just braying away,
That
making
one's attached to the
What-
sconce
what-
down below.
Yeah, that one's attached to the sconce.
Okay.
What else are you guys doing? The hunter says everything's clear, has been for 5 or 10 minutes.
I'm standing beside the mule
Okay.
and keeping an eye into the east.
And just keeping watch, looking out for things?
With my weapons already out.
Okay.
I am my bow out.
I'm
Okay.
gonna stand right next to that guy.
Okay.
Just with my brass and my knuckles.
So the 4 of you take up a defensive position around the hole in the donkey and wait for something to attack.
Shielded by the giant-sized animal. Not giant.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm only 5'11".
Down below, you guys are on a ledge, cask of water next to you, freshly coiled rope with the wizard. What are you guys going to do? You going to push on down the tunnel?
I'm going to call up. We found some constructed ruins down here
Good idea.
Okay.
so that you guys know what the hell's happening.
Right.
We're investigating.
Do you want a
Good luck.
gold?
Okay,
Do you want a gold star?
so,
I climb back up the rope.
Okay. Smack him with a hammer and then climb back down.
No, I want the gold star.
Take that. Since you're in the back, I suggest putting the water jug more in the hallway, not on the ledge,
We're so
because
gonna
it
die.
could easily fall.
What?
We're so
Just
gonna
saying.
die.
Okay, I'll scoot in a few feet. That's fine.
Okay.
Just be safe.
We're so gonna die.
How are you gonna get the water jug up?
I have no idea how I'm going to do it.
No, I'm.
This is
Tie
the
the
GM.
rope
I don't like
onto
this
the
game
water
anymore.
jug, and they pull it over.
I'm gonna split the party and then wipe them out.
That's right.
A really heavy water barrel. How are you gonna get it up?
That's
The
easy.
same way we let it down.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not.
If we can get a fucking
60
300-pound guy down there,
Or
I
worst
think I'm
case,
better
you
than
just leave it.
Right.
Yeah, we have.
It's
have
water.
Tony the potion. We can do anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you guys push down the tunnel with the lantern burning. The only sound is the clattering of your armor and the soft sputtering of the lantern. Like I said, there's a fine dust in the air as you guys are moving around and disturbing
Is it
things on the
floor,
ground.
too?
It's on the ground, and where you step, it sort of disperses and floats up in the air.
Keep a special eye for any disturbed dust
Okay.
while we're walking.
The
I tell that to the group because they're up front, not me.
smell of iron is strong in the air.
Okay.
Okay, and from somewhere up ahead, you hear some sort of dripping sound, like water.
Okay.
Okay. As you approach, as you head down, there's a section on the right where the wall has collapsed into the tunnel, revealing some sort of chamber beyond it.
Can I look inside?
Sure.
Shine the lantern a bit?
You shine the lantern inside it. Inside, there are old clothing and what looks like a skeletal body.
No.
Is my holy sense tingling, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
Your peas.
You're not. We can go.
You
into
appear
that
to be
back.
on religious. You appear to be on the religious ground. Yes.
Okay.
There appears to be a room. From where you're at looking in, there's no other visible exits to the place. The bricks appear to have been broken out into the tunnel. There's no door as such, just wall.
Those-
Inside there is a skeletal remains of some sort of humanoid, maybe elf, most likely human as far as size, with decayed and rotting clothes and equipment scattered about them.
And you said the stones feel broken out.
There is no visible door,
Right.
just a masonry brick wall, and the bricks have been displaced into the hallway, not into the room.
So they walled him up.
Yeah. Does this look like different construction than the rest of the facility?
No.
When's the magic any difference?
Nope.
Okay, Ben, what are you trying to say?
Okay, so this, like you said, they probably bricked this guy up in prison. He was probably like a criminal or something that did something against the
There is
church.
no way to know that. There is no way to know
It's
that.
a possibility.
Looking in the
Probably.
Probably the blacksmith who messed up making a plow.
Dad, I'm looking in the room and tapping it with my halberd just in the entrance.
Sorry?
But I also
Tapping
just don't wanna get
tapping the
an entrance
floor of
possible.
the entrance with my halberd and stuff like that. Does it look like the floor is unstable? So
Around the entrance to this room?
Yes.
Well, no. The soldiers stepped right up to the opening and is holding the lantern in.
Well, yes, but I'm like having the halberd out, like poking at the ground, see if it's
Trapped or anything?
Oh,
trapped
in
or-
the room
Yeah,
itself?
in the room itself.
What's your perception?
Oh, not good.
Good idea.
39.
39? Seems stable.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in there.
Okay.
And boom.
Go boom! The entire place
Okay.
nuts itself.
You step into the room. The surrounding of the room itself, there's a thick layer of dirt, looks like clay almost, around the edges of the room. It's more clear and flagstone, or at least clear stone itself in the center. The body is laying out on the ground. There looks like an old rusty iron sword, at least the hilt of it left next to him. The rest of his gear or possessions lie scattered around the room, disorganized.
I'm gonna look at the ceiling.
Okay?
Is it solid?
It is...
Like, did he fall?
No, there's no openings visible,
Okay.
but here and there it looks like there are large, maybe 1 to 2 inch holes forming a grid around the roof.
North, get out. Get out.
I'm gonna look at my footsteps and retrace my steps
Okay?
and step. I understand. God damn, dude.
I knew
Everybody in this room understood that I was about to die. Okay? Good lord.
It took me a minute.
Does anybody have a grappling hook?
I have rope. I have rope and I have knives.
Honestly, we should just leave that stuff.
How
there.
far
There's
away was
probably
his
nothing.
body? Was I?
You went in about 10 feet. It was about another 10 feet or so to get to the body.
And I got
I'm gonna look at the flagstones.
There's not flagstones. It's a flat dirt or solid stone floor.
Okay, I thought you said there were flagstones.
I,
and then the
I was
actual-
initially, but from the description that I'm going with,
Okay.
it's stone floor. Around the outer edges, there's a layer of thick clay-like dirt around the outer edges of the room, and then, like I said, a pattern of 1 to 2 inch holes in the roof.
Yeah.
Do you have any engineering knowledge or trap building or anything like that?
I'm not an engineer.
mean,
I did
I'm
debate
perfectly
switching to that.
happy.
You have a big old shield, don't you?
Yes, he does.
I am not wasting that.
He does have a shield.
You never even let me finish.
Yes, he has a shield.
Well, we know the trap is from the ceiling, and it's probably just like, are there? Okay, better question. On the floor, are there darts or anything like that? Any evidence of
No.
darts?
I was waiting for you to ask that question.
We've been sitting over going,
I'll get there.
we know, we're just waiting.
So it's not a dart
I
mechanism.
was
It's
sitting
probably
like Indiana
giant
Jones.
spears
Yeah.
sticking down through. Shit.
Yeah, you know those.
I was about to say, if it's just
Or-
darts, have him walk in with a shield up. And,
Or it's a well, and it's water.
Yeah.
but how did he get in there?
Magic.
They weld them up. They weld them up.
Yeah, weld
can
them
we-
up.
When we do magic.
But all of his shit looked rotten, right?
The trap.
Decayed, and I mean, it's not like
Check my graphics.
rotten implies a certain level of moisture. Everything's dry in here. It's decayed and looks to be ruined, but
When you say solid stone, is it one piece of stone, or is it?
to the best of your abilities, yes. Doesn't preclude the presence of a pressure plate or something like that. That depends on your ability to spot it, if that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out if I can figure this stupid trap out.
What's your perception?
39.
The entire room is
Seems to be a solid floor, at least from what you can see. In the center of the room, most of it, you can't really see the exterior very clearly because of the clay, but the room itself appears to be a solid room.
Okay, so Holy Visions allows me to prey on a course of action.
Correct.
Is there happen to be signs of like rats or something in the area?
No.
No. Darn it. I was totally gonna charm a rat and have a go scatter around the room.
There is no sign of rats or anything living down here.
Mole. A mole that goes through the wall.
Should use Jordan's idea.
What's that?
Tie a dagger to the rope and just start lassoing things in.
If you
Okay. We've gone in the room. There's no immediate threats in the room.
10 feet.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on. And see what we can. How long? What's the reach on your halberd?
2 squares, so
Yeah.
10
6
feet.
feet.
10
6 yards.
10 feet, arguably. He could lean in and get 10
If he
feet.
followed my footsteps back in, could he reach the items with his halberd?
Yes.
Some
but then if
items.
the
Probably.
items go over the pressure plate, that's an issue too.
Maybe.
Why don't I stand in the doorway just in case? If there's
My
no-
rope idea is a better idea.
I say we secure the area first.
Yeah.
We've
yeah.
already spent like probably 20 minutes fucking around this. So, all right, I say we move
It's
on.
obviously
We know what's
a trap.
in. Yes. We'll move on.
Okay?
Back into battle formation. Everybody down the hallway. Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
On the
So,
line down the hallway.
Lightning bolt position.
Oh man, oh, it drives me nuts. You your
Okay.
bait.
you continue on a little bit further to set into the bricks on the right-hand wall is a old metal door
Right.
crafted out of iron. It looks rusted and scarred from age and time, but still looks pretty solid. It's not like it's completely covered in rust. It has signs of decay over time. There's a layer of grime all over it, along the hinges and everything else from age and dust.
Could this be a prison?
It could be. But this is holy ground.
It's a holy prison.
It could be.
No wonder the prisoners escaped. The roof is holy.
Oh.
What?
So I'm gonna cast Sigmar's hammer.
Smash the wizard.
Smite the wizard.
We then climb back up, claiming the wizard just died spontaneously.
Hey, holy ground, the holy roof.
All right. I'm gonna walk past the door down to the
What
hallway
do
down
we
here.
want to see if it's unlocked?
Let's secure the facility at least a little bit and not stop every time there's a distraction. Ooh. Let's at least get this hallway squared away.
Okay, you guys gonna continue on?
Yeah.
Ben, you're the one with the light.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I've got a little bit of light on me too.
sure.
Has that not changed? It's
It has
still
not
very
changed.
minimal.
Minimal.
Okay.
Most inconvenient times.
That's right. Okay, passageway continues on. The sound of dripping is getting notably louder. You seem to be approaching whatever it is.
And is the iron smell getting stronger?
A little bit, yeah.
Is it iron smell of old blood, or is it something more prolific, like
You don't
what would
know.
a factory smell like?
You don't know.
It might be
What's a
like
factory?
an opening into a small underground cave. Oh, this one, oh,
You continue down the hallway, and as you reach here, it opens up. The stone sort of gives way to more of that clay and more of a natural contour rather than a level floor. You see what looks like a underground pool glittering, and the dripping is coming from somewhere in that chamber.
Okay, we are not.
yeah.
Do I feel like we're still in holy area?
Okay, why don't
Okay, I'm gonna
I
use
look at
theology.
Okay,
I look at the roof.
Well, yeah.
nothing unusual there.
It's not holy.
Can you swim?
I don't even know.
No. Oh, the only person that can swim is the sailor, and we left him up.
All right, I'm gonna use theology
Okay,
to try to understand whose temple I'm in. First off,
It's possible.
okay. Give me a theology roll.
not great. 73.
Okay, you're not able to make any religious determination, but the architecture certainly has some religious significance, but nothing modern.
Okay, I have a question.
Ulrich.
The hallway, does it like collapse or is it like
No,
built
it's-
with it?
It's built into the area. It doesn't look like it's collapsed or been damaged.
Okay.
It was just leveled out here down the tunnel.
Okay, so this was obviously here when this was built. So, yeah. Or maybe they just adjusted.
Looking out into the chamber, you see directly ahead of you to the north, there's something large looming in the darkness that looks like it may be some sort of head, maybe a good 15 feet across,
I'm gonna back up.
in the water somewhere. All you see is just this dark shadow past the edge of the lantern.
15 feet across? Probably just a big effigy or something.
I honestly want
Troll.
back
Dude,
up.
you're talking like blue whale size head.
Can his,
I'm not, it's gotta be an effigy.
Is your dart, is that a light source as it goes?
It's a blast of light. It wouldn't be. I mean, you might get something, but it's like a flick, a flash of light rather than anything else.
Can I like go to the edge of where the actual foundation?
Sure, you're
was?
gonna move forward a little bit further.
Just a little bit, not like all the way, but just a bit, just so we get a bit better idea of the
I'm
head.
telling you, it's a statue's head or something.
I think so too.
So,
Or it's a really big
Now,
troll.
there seems to be some sort of formation out there at the edge of your light.
is it big or is it like small, like a human's head?
He said
Big.
15 feet across.
15 feet across. It's as big as this table, dude.
No, the head.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like from us.
No.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Whatever the head is, it looks like about the size of the table. That's probably a
Oh,
good
okay.
estimate.
Sorry.
all right. I'm gonna.
It's
I'm gonna go ahead
looming out there in the darkness, easily above your head level.
Is it
Yeah.
moving?
Doesn't seem to have reacted to you as of yet.
Is the dripping project?
It could be a tree. It, like it hasn't reacted to you yet. Well, no shit, it's a tree. All right, let's go figure out the door.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to come up to this square right here
Okay.
and kind of poke my head around the edge and
Check.
look.
Grabs your head and rips it off.
Look this way.
Oh,
and
look outside
Yeah,
with the lantern, or are you gonna stay where you're at?
I'll grab the lantern from him real quick and just kind of.
Okay.
I'm not stepping foot in
Understood.
there.
You lean out.
This is the edge.
That's what
and
you're
this
able to
is
see.
me.
You look out, that's what you're able to see in both directions. Now, the large brown mass to your north looks to be, now that you can see it a bit clearer, it appears to be a massive statue or carving of a natural stalagmite carved into the shape of a gigantic wolf face.
Ah, very cool.
The
So this is definitely an Ulrich.
Yeah,
Here,
it's
people.
it's staring out. It's staring out to the southeast with a snarl on its mouth.
So in other words, back towards the town.
Back towards more of the complex.
yeah.
The room that we haven't opened.
Oh, I was gonna say
I know where
southeast,
north
but
is.
we came north. We went northwest, so. I thought that.
We went down a straight hallway. Not really a shocker. Okay. Man,
But yeah, let's just go deal with the door since we know it's in here.
we don't know what's in here. I
Well,
want to go to
the
I want to go to the
statue.
hex to the left, or the square to the left, and I want to look around this edge over here. See what continues on. this
It
way.
opens up to a larger pool area,
Mhm.
but doesn't seem to be any exits. Out there, you can see you can see water and moisture
Just
dripping
natural
from the roof.
cavern.
Yeah, that
Okay.
seems to be natural cavern over
How
there.
deep are we?
How deep are you?
Like underground.
I'd say about
30
40
feet.
feet.
30 feet, right?
30 to 40.
The tunnel hasn't had any visible slope to it, so
It's our new base, guys.
How deep does this water look? Is it clear?
No.
Most cave water is like crystal fucking clear.
it's not clear.
I could purify it.
It's a dark color, reflecting the lantern light off of it. You're not able to see clearly into it.
How heavy are those daggers? Their daggers are heavy enough to hold the end of a rope down.
Probably, sure.
Yeah.
Let's do a little depth thing
A
on
pound or
this.
two.
Let's see how deep this water between us and the wolf's head is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys gonna move into the room to test it out?
Not like in, but in
We're
where
gonna
we
test
can
the ground
like, test
as we
the
go
water.
around.
Okay. You continue to tap the ground. It seems solid.
Learn from Franz very well.
That's right.
Yes, we.
Franz is the expert.
But Dad, like,
Meanwhile, up above,
Yeah.
it's been maybe 30 minutes or so.
Meanwhile, we have 10 rounds of combat to go.
Your sense of excitement, your adrenaline has worn off at this point. You guys are getting kind of bored just standing there watching the donkey. The donkey's getting a little bit restless. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna holler down. Did you guys find anything interesting? Interesting?
There's no response.
Giselda's gonna talk to the donkey.
Sure. Yeah, she has been most of the time.
Showing it to paper.
I mean, especially
She still can't read or write.
I'll take my in the direction that I saw them last time.
I did magic
Okay.
before read write.
I'll take my
So you
bucket.
focus on that particular direction.
I'm
How
looking
about
all the way
donkeys?
around because they're
Right.
gotta be smart
How was
enough.
she writing in spells?
They gotta be smart enough, clever girl.
Language
They're gonna
magic.
hit us from the side or something
Sure.
like that.
She writes
I'm
in
gonna
magic
take my
tongue.
bucket and I'm gonna start building a sand castle.
There's no sand here, just rock.
Well, then
Rock castle.
I'll start building a fort.
Rock lobster.
Alright, I'm stepping in the room.
I'll build a fort.
Okay.
There's nothing.
Oh.
Yep, I'm just.
You're just gonna maintain your
guard,
position. Okay.
absolutely.
So Frederick moves into the room.
I'll move next to him, like in this. Well,
We'll start heading to the right. Yeah.
well
Okay.
that's basically in the water.
You guys are on the edge of the water. There's no movement to the water other than the ripples from the drips. The wolf face, it's actually kind of intimidating the more light that's on it. Just sort of staring at you, almost like an angry animal glaring at you.
So does it always look like it's looking at you? Is it one of those type of illusions?
It sort of, you sort of get the impression that it's sort of looking at the entire room at the same time, given the scale.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it's peering into your soul, as such. It's just, not yet. It's just like it's there, and everywhere you look, it's like it's visible.
But yeah, let's do that nice thing, or get a somewhat large rock and test it.
I'm gonna go another 10 or 15 feet to the east, away from the water's edge.
Oh.
There you go. It's just a carving. There's no gems in the eyes, nothing in the mouth.
No, looked like just stone.
Okay.
Is the mouth open or closed?
Open.
Open. Okay.
In tunnel in the mouth.
Just the winds of magic blowing from out of the mouth.
It's not a terrible
No.
idea.
Okay.
I know.
Stick your hand in the
Why
mouth.
is that
What was that?
Huh?
I said stick your hand in the mouth.
Lose my hand?
I mean, honestly, where would someone
Vader.
put a religious relic of
I mean,
their,
the mouth, a 15-foot wolf head, the mouth is big enough, you could crawl into it.
Yeah, that's what he said. He
yeah.
said get into it, but I have to get across the water to it.
Hey, I can.
Lantern man, go forward.
Yeah, come on,
Okay,
stay with me.
sure. I'll
Okay.
move up. I thought we were just doing. Oh.
Oh.
Door.
Okay. You see another iron door on the southern wall, and more walls appearing out of the gloom off to your left. The dust in here is notably less, but the smell of iron in the air is still significant.
Still pervasive, okay.
So there's like less dust, not like it's been disturbed, or
Just less dust in the air.
Oh,
I just want to remind you I have sixth sense. So whenever it's like sense danger, like a sixth sense type thing, I want to remind you I have that.
okay.
Okay.
Before we keep going, let's
can see
test
dead
the
people.
water just
That's right.
so we have
PB
that.
tingle.
Okay. Please.
Go ahead, let's test the water.
So
pH
I'm
test.
gonna use. Are you okay
Acidic
with using bow?
I-
And one of your daggers?
I will tie a dagger to the rope and then drop the dagger. Make sure it's tied securely so I don't lose the dagger.
There goes the
but-
gold.
Start testing the depth of the water.
Yes.
It appears to be 5 to 10 feet deep, at least near the shore where you guys are at.
Lord, so it just drops off.
Don't fall.
We're not getting over there. Alright, I'm gonna continue to walk this way. I'm going to walk slowly and look for traps, since we know traps are down here now.
Okay.
I would like to look at the room, see if it's holy.
Okay. So all three of you continuing to the east.
Yes, I am.
It's a sign of holy buildings if the roof's holy.
Okay.
Really curious as to- just looking in this direction.
You move. You slowly move off to the east, checking the ground, tapping, checking the roof, etc. No sign of much of anything. Like I said, there's another iron door to the south that opens up into some sort of a chamber.
There's a whole ass building north.
There's another section of wall to your north. In the gloom, it looks like further down the hallway, past your light, it might open up into some sort of room as well.
Okay, let's check this door.
Should we check the room, the open area first?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
like,
do that. Yeah.
Like go around.
You want to go north?
Well, I want to at least see what's over there.
Are
so
those
we
crates?
There's boxes in the picture.
Yes. Those are old crates.
Mystery box.
know. Careful. Traps.
Trapped box.
Are they holy crates?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So
At
I'll.
least it's not
I
a horse.
swear to God that joke is
What?
insulting.
What? I don't even know what the joke is.
He's talking about
Everything is
holes
holy.
and holy. It's because it's a holy area.
Okay.
Oh, okay. But,
All right. Let's pop our head around this and look
Yeah.
to the north real quick.
Let's just see
Okay.
what's
Just
over
head back over there.
Yeah.
there. Take a look. Let's see.
Okay. So
Oh,
it goes to the edge of the.
Oh.
Oh.
You're gonna have to reset line of sight. It
Yeah,
will
line of
reveal
sight.
the
We
other-
went through the building by accident.
Okay. Hold on.
It's okay, I'm not looking at it.
He drug it away real quick.
Yeah. Good job.
We didn't see the monsters.
Do I get an extra fake point? Is it that?
For nothing.
There you go.
Almost cheating.
For preventing the cheating.
Hey, at least it's not a
Okay, so
piano
there's
that shoots
nothing over there.
darts.
Okay.
My Jesus.
George makes dart pianos.
Alright.
Best thing ever.
Okay, so right up to the water's edge to the north. Are we done?
Yeah, that whole area just appears to be a subterranean cavern
Okay.
filled with water and a gigantic wolf head.
You need a boat.
Burn it.
Okay, and remember,
How much
there's
are we
that
in
other
boxes?
room,
Yeah,
the
I know.
big metal door.
I know, and that's potentially the same room as that door right there.
Maybe.
Let's go look at the boxes.
We don't.
Okay?
We can't see it anymore.
That's what happens.
So you head over to several old crates. They're covered with a layer of dust. Seem to be intact.
Any writing on it?
No writing on it. They're secured with old rusty nails. Look like they haven't been disturbed in ages.
Okay. Are they like straight nailed shut type crates?
Let's disturb them.
Let's disturb them.
Well,
Pull out your hammer and start smashing, or
No, let's take your dagger and see if we can pry open one of the lids.
okay.
One of his.
I'm getting
daggers.
tired of arguing
just
every
speak.
5 feet about. Yes, I know.
Okay. So Frederick steps up and pops open one of the crates. It opens up with a bit of a creak as you pop the nails out. The nails themselves look fairly primitive, more like iron spikes rather than nails.
Okay.
As you take it off, inside there's the remnant of moldering straw and so forth, and what looks like a collection of candles in this crate.
All right. Our agents are pulling
Okay.
I
the
open the
mold,
next one.
the straw out and
Okay.
take the contents.
There's maybe a dozen very thick tallow candles.
Okay.
They weigh about 2 pounds apiece. Large, thick ones.
Oh wow. Okay.
we might
Okay.
want to come back to those.
Thick.
Like, let's
Oh,
take
man.
one, maybe two.
No, I'll just leave them.
Okay. I mean, they look like religious candles that you would light for a temple or something that would then burn for many days.
You take them on the way back.
Well,
Yeah.
here's what I'm thinking. We go back along the way
What
we
color?
went.
What color are they?
Green.
Slight yellowish color.
Okay. If they were black, that might be an issue.
All right. Are they? Almost there. They're human wax.
Yeah, you said you ran out.
They do. They don't appear to be manufactured. They're not consistent. They appear to be more handmade.
Okay,
I open the
why-
next crate.
Okay. That is filled with what looks like some cloth. It looks like potentially religious vestments, but have long since rotted and molded away.
Can I use that to figure out? Can I examine those and?
Sure. Give me another theology roll.
Slightly better, but probably not enough. 81.
81.
No, 84.
84. You think they have the coloration and designs of Ulrich, but you're not
yeah,
sure.
That's pretty consistent. Okay. And third box?
Third box is
Filled with gold coin.
third box is filled with half a dozen glass vials filled with some sort of clear liquid. Each one sealed fairly carefully and delicately with what looks like a high quality wax.
Okay.
Symbol of Ulrich stamped into the top of the cork.
When I touch them, does my holy sense go off?
No,
Okay.
Just an alarm.
it is not holy ground.
Also, because you have an ability to detect magic, right?
Yes. Holy is not magic. Holy is holy. They're two different things.
It's independent.
Yeah.
It might be just holy water.
Okay.
It could be. And
Yeah.
I'll take one of the vials and
just-
put it on like my bandolier.
Or water sponsored by Ulrich.
Okay,
Sponsored.
Yeah.
just as a caution,
This water brought to you by the sins of Ulrich.
okay. So,
First, a word from our sponsor.
So, just as a precaution,
Now I'm gonna have to make an artificial Ulrich watered sponsor commercial for my video.
They're already sealed with high quality wax.
Be like the what's the slap chop guy?
Uh-huh.
Be like, oh,
Why?
Golden Club makes cheese and fries.
It slices, it dices, it julienne fries.
It sacrifices people to our God.
This water brought to you by
I
Ulrich.
was thinking more along the lines of Tropic Thunder. Booty
Oh,
sweat.
yes.
You see the booty sweat? Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Is the first
All
one
right.
out the hallway?
No. Oh, iron door.
yeah, let's go back to
Okay.
that.
This iron door?
No,
Yeah.
wait, that's an iron door?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to go down the hallway? I agree.
I kind of want to take care
Let's
of
go
all
down.
the hallways.
Yeah.
And
Let's
then
go down the
we'll shut
hallway
door.
first.
Okay.
Second.
Yeah, I want to light one of these candles, but at the same time,
It's probably one.
Okay.
It's a cursed item.
You head down the tunnel. Looks like it leads into a larger room that extends off to your right. In the gloom, you could see another iron door over here.
okay.
There are some more crates over here.
Loot boxes.
Okay. Before we even step into this, pressure plates, spikes, traps, all that.
Yeah, can we see the ceiling?
Mhm.
Are there holes?
How about the walls?
They are brick and cobblestone.
Is there stained blood?
I'm gonna look around this corner,
Yeah.
the southern corner.
Okay.
Did you guys find anything?
Yeah, we've been down here a while.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Sun's going down, big guy.
I don't.
Yeah, that's a good point. We probably should let them know. We've been down here probably an hour.
Let's open these loot crates.
Actually, probably not even that long. 15, 20 minutes. It depends on how long it took us to go through the crates and shit like that.
I would say probably 45 minutes ish. You guys are moving awfully cautiously.
All right, let's go to the crates.
Yeah, let's check out the
Okay.
crates. See if there's like.
You
the
check
things
out
on
those
there.
crates. They appear to be filled with religious items. Nothing really of note at this
Okay.
point, at least nothing of value, but more miscellaneous religious items.
More sponsored material.
Okay, but yeah, let's see if this room is like the final room, or if it continues on. If it
Let's
continues on, then let's go back
Let's
and
explore.
let them know.
Let's explore the rest of this hallway and then report back.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's a good idea.
Then check out the iron door on the way.
We'll go south. We're gonna go south and map out the rest of the room.
Okay. Head down there. There's a few more doors on either side. The one on the southeast is notable in that it has a small window, like a sliding shutter type thing near the top of it. Okay. And seems it has a large padlock or large lock mechanism on the door itself. Not a padlock as such, but more of a locking mechanism. The rest of the doors, as far as you can tell, don't have any locks as such.
Okay.
That seems
Okay.
important.
So,
Further to the south, you see some barrels piled up, and it seems to expand even further and wider off to the south there.
okay. So here, I have a quick joke.
Uh-oh.
This guy's walking down the street one day, walking his dog. Okay. Dog poops, picks it up, puts it in the bag, keeps walking. He's walking by this privacy fence, this big, tall, 6-foot privacy fence, and he hears 12, 12, 12, 12. He's like, shit. He looks around, 12, 12, 12. And he walking by, and he sees a little hole in the fence. The hell? And he looks down the hole. A stick pokes him in the eye. He's like, oh, God! Oh! And he steps back, right?
Yeah.
And then he hears, 13, 13, 13.
I don't even get that.
With a trap.
Oh,
You're tricking people to look through the hole.
You knew the joke right off the
I
bat.
did. I had to walk away.
Yeah. I heard similar jokes before.
Yeah, I probably butchered the original joke. But
Anyways, so in the midst of the dark cavern, the priest tells a joke.
yeah, absolutely.
What do you do?
Okay, but
Let's
yeah,
continue.
let's just check out
Look at
this
the hole.
bomb area, see if there's a wall like right over here, and
It's the never ending. We're gonna get lost.
More importantly, did they hear laughter from the darkness?
The priest laughs. The warrior laughs. The chest laughs.
I can't even laugh. Okay, but yeah, let's see if this
Yes,
ends
yes,
here,
yes,
then.
yes, yes. Let's move on.
Okay. You guys continue on to the south over here.
Oh God, it never
Okay.
ends.
It splits into several areas. Now, to the south, there's a short flight of stairs that leads down and then enters another tunnel leading to the south. To your left, beyond the barrels, it looks like the ground slightly slopes down into the room. And off to your left is a large room filled with more of that clay deposits around the room in different piles.
We need backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, but man, I don't disagree. But I really don't like leaving the poor mule up there undefended.
Oh yeah, Tony deserves to be protected.
Oh,
we
we're
can
down
we can
too.
drag him down the well.
Yeah, no.
Make a climb check, Tony.
Lowering him down.
Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Yeehaw!
Stop moving, you ass. I've been waiting.
Yeah, we could totally lower down like an 800-pound animal.
But yeah, let's
That's straight
Not a-
context. I can say it.
Not a problem.
At least that Tony can tell us how deep the pit is.
Then we
All
don't
there goes a bunch of gold.
okay, but yeah.
I agree. I'm done exploring this place.
Yeah.
Let's go back and get people.
Okay.
He's
See-
only 4
You come
gold.
back, we're all dead.
If we can maximize on this trip, it'll be okay.
Tony's got a leg.
Okay, so you guys head back.
Yep. We're gonna
Okay.
double time it.
I put a dagger in
You
Tony's
see, he's
mouth.
dragging us through, so halfway through we run into a demon.
It did.
Let's just
You
wait
might
for
want,
us.
yeah.
Hey, if you want to teleport through the rooms, I'm fine with that too. You are
I had 2
fail.
daggers to Tony's feet. His kick attack increases.
There's a big old spurs in the back. Oh man.
All right.
The well.
That's right. Okay. You guys get back to the entrance. The rope's still tied off.
Yep.
Um,
Hey guys!
Hey, what?
This place is huge.
All right.
We need some help. This place is massive.
That's what she
Let's
Well,
just,
I'll be the last one down if you guys want to go down.
I feel like we should send one more person down. I would still leave people by Tony.
I'm cool with leaving Tony.
I'll come with, cause
Tony's our way
no,
back
you're
up.
you're the
now.
ranger.
What if we find another way out? If we don't,
I'm good at
there's enough shale pieces
I'm
to
good
climb
at
out.
water
for
now.
some of us.
he's the apprentice with.
Well, I don't know about the water, so that's irrelevant.
Yeah, let's just relay all the information, do all that, and then ask
Leave
if
him
they-
behind.
So I can do what? My
Fish.
highest is a
Fish.
plus 35 to attack.
Fish.
Fish
There's
on
a
the
well.
rocks? Oh, yeah.
Landfish.
I love the rockfish.
Land
I
sharks.
am pretty.
Land
close
sharks,
range with
rock
77
krakens, you know.
Because that's possible.
Everybody come down. I don't care.
I'll
Bring the
stay
water.
then.
Okay, I'll lower the water down first.
Oh, speaking about the water,
Okay.
is that water jug that we brought down still there?
yes. It's only half empty.
I'm lowering down our
I want
seem
to,
to-
and our rations.
I want to leave a silver of where we stopped at, and then when we return, I want to see if the silver's still there.
You're gonna go back by yourself
No,
now to put a silver out there?
When we were leaving.
You're already back at the entrance at this point.
I was wanting to do that earlier, but sure, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
I'll stay up on top.
are you gonna stay up top by yourself? Worst case scenario, Tony dies.
Worst case scenario, I get attacked, I can scream, then you guys not know something's
So
there.
I guess you
And they
can-
can't help you if that's the
I
case.
guess if they all came running, here's if you want to stay
Well,
up there,
well-
stay up there like this until somebody gets close enough to attack. Hustle down the rope,
Okay, that
Looter.
sounds...
and then when you get down, cut it. You have a dagger, so cut it loose or your boat hook or whatever, and
So then we can't get back up?
we'll find a way out.
The only thing that I'm
Yeah,
concerned
we'll find a
about-
way
I
out.
will find a way all the way to the other side of the planet, just like you want.
Minecraft tunnel the way out.
That's right.
Dig a hole to
Chink, 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 chink. You do have a
Okay,
tool.
so am I understanding other people are going to climb down after you have the supplies down?
Yep.
And I'll stay up, and then if something comes to attack, I'll run away.
Just slide down the rope and or run
Yeah.
off into the desert.
I'm
Okay.
really good at climbing, so it shouldn't be that difficult.
Okay. So who's going down first?
I will.
Okay.
plus
So
40?
are you using the?
I'll assist them.
Okay, you're going to continue to assist with the rope. So yeah, plus 40.
Andy and William are coming down while the Fisher guy
111,
is
158.
staying
Okay,
up.
no problem.
I'm
You
gonna
get down
be-
without any difficulty.
I'm gonna be the alarm. If something comes, I'm gonna dash down the rope because I have good climbing and start running down the halls screaming.
And that way he can belay us all
And then
down
I'll-
and then give us that rope back.
Yeah.
Okay. So that leaves Giselle and the hunter upstairs.
Oh yeah, she
Yes,
has to find
it
out.
does.
Dad, get
Roll,
off that.
roll your climb, man.
If you want to go down.
But that's the only
No, you're going to stay upstairs?
Yes, I'll guard the pony.
No, he's guarding the pony.
He's just an
See,
alarm.
see?
Okay. If we're going to play, let's play the game.
It's on path
Because he's assisting our
Well, wrong game system.
assisting us with a
148.
Okay. So you climb down without any difficulty. Giselle falls to her death.
No.
her skirts. Her skirts fall.
129.
129. Okay. So all three of you managed to get down there, leaving just the sailor up above.
Oh yeah, never been in a combat.
Now-
That's right.
Now you won't have the plus 40
Correct.
because we're taking that belay rope with us.
That's fine.
You'll have a plus 20. Well,
There is a rope tied from the
Tony
donkey
knows
to
how
the
to help.
sure. You have the plus 20 holding onto the rope. That's not a problem. Or you can free climb if you prefer.
Do I get my plus 13 along with my climb? Because
Whatever your climb skill is.
okay, yeah.
Okay. So that brings who else downstairs?
Me?
Milton,
Apprentice,
the important one.
Ranger, and Milton.
Milton and
So I have- Whatever the
Minus.
girl's name is up there.
No, she climbed down.
Oh,
No,
okay.
she went
It's
down.
just you,
All
bud.
by myself.
and
And a bucket.
Tony. Oh yeah.
Pay attention as your character. Like, watch the horizon.
Hey, yeah, talk to Tony too.
I'm
Tony gets out.
building a rock
If you
for.
get down, if you use that rope to climb down, you can cut that loose and cut Tony loose so he can run off if you want.
Save
I was gonna
Tony.
push Tony down the well. That way our water will be down there.
A water already came down. I already
Oh,
ordered
all
that.
the water.
You
down
have,
there?
your, you have your water
Oh, okay.
flask.
I was gonna be like, I didn't know if we left one up there, and if we did, I was gonna push him down. That way, he might die, but our water would be down there,
It blocks the tunnel. Nothing can follow us.
Okay.
Everybody hits down.
and it would give me a soft
Yep.
landing.
So Giselle falls in line behind him. Who's going to take the lead?
Me.
Okay.
I'll be right behind him.
I'll have my bow out.
And Dad, do you
Yeah,
want to
I'll
be next
cover
to
the
me?
rear.
Because it's a.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, me and him in
So-
front, then those two behind us.
Ben said they clued us all into everything.
Mhm.
Can I look in that first room
You can.
and see if I can perception wise?
You can tell me what your perception is.
Oh, my perception is 35.
35. Yep.
Same
Looks
stuff.
like a room.
All right, I'm moving on then.
They point out the holes in the roof.
Yeah.
Say, watch out for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like.
Okay, but yeah, let's.
Does one of us want to go investigate it?
No. Just.
What
no.
gear do we see strewn about?
Sort of rusty sword.
Yeah, rusty sword, the skeletal body, a bedroll, an old cloak, a backpack.
How far away is the backpack?
It's off to the left in the mud or in the clay.
Okay.
You guys see it.
Is the bedroll unrolled?
No.
Okay, so he was probably walking in here and got skewered.
Yeah.
Could I, with the halberd from at the entrance of the thing, try to drag the backpack?
Sure.
10,000 gold.
I mean, honestly, the backpack's right there, so that should be easily doable.
Just in the doorway.
Right.
Well, the entrance way.
Right. Okay. So you stand outside in the hallway and try to reach in to get the backpack. Okay. Couple tries, you manage to snag it. Pull it towards you. Inside is what looks like the remnants of like travel ration wrappers and things like that.
Okay.
Nothing of value from a food or anything like that. A handful of metal spikes, a bit rusted.
Do they look primitive like the other spikes?
Not like the nails.
No.
These look like more,
Batons.
possibly,
Okay.
yeah, something along those lines, rather than utility nails. Okay. There is an old water skin that's cracked and doesn't look like it would hold any water at this point. And it looks like an old piece of parchment rolled up.
Shall look at that parchment and
Okay.
roll it.
Looks like a map of some sort for the surrounding, from your limited navigation but extensive map making training. It appears to be a regional map of this area of the hills, although a lot of the geography seems to be different than what you recall from traveling through it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll add it to my map.
There's a spot in it that looks like your interpretation would be this town or whatever with an X marked on it.
Do you want to share that? Because I have a
Like-
question. I have a question.
What's your question?
What? More like a statement. Is the X on the surface or at down here?
It doesn't.
It's
The
a
X
map.
is on the.
It's a two-dimensional.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a three-dimensional design. It's a map of the surrounding region with an X that he would equate to roughly indicating the location of the town.
Like a world map.
Oh.
Think of world
exactly
map.
what he said.
Not a map of the dungeon.
Okay.
A map of the world.
All right. Moving on.
Are
Moving on.
we?
Moving on.
We can come back to this one when we are on our way out if we decide.
If
to.
somebody ever becomes suicidal while we're down here, they
Yeah.
can go in there and try to get
You
it.
know it's going to be you after you get impatient.
Do we want to try the metal door, that first one?
You
Yeah.
can look at your dad all you want. No, I like this guy. I'm not
Okay.
Yeah,
bored with
we were
him yet.
going to do that on our way back.
So you
here.
head down the hallway and you find the first metal door that they referenced. You guys going to
Maybe
stop
we
to
wanna
check
go
this?
All the way to where you guys.
Now this
stop.
door had more corrosion on it than the previous doors.
This is the first door you found.
Right.
All the metal doors have some corrosion and age on them.
The dust is coming down from the well and kind of.
Is there any
Right, there's dust in the
Right.
air that you're breathing and so
Is
forth.
there any markings on the door?
There are no markings on the door, but the pull ring you notice is a wolf head grasping the ring,
It's
like the
definitely
jaw
Temple Warwick.
wrapped around the ring.
Oh, that's actually
Ancient
pretty
Temple
cool.
Warwick. Okay. Pull the door open.
Okay.
Kaboom.
Poison trap. What's that?
Okay.
Oh.
You step in.
How big are you talking?
You look around. Inside the room is a collection of large wooden boxes, roughly the size of a person,
Dolphins?
probably. There are a couple of old shields of northern design discarded in the room. A handful of boxes and crates, and a much more ornate door leading north out of the room. This one appears to be crafted out of a thick, heavy wood, sort of a dark ebony color, with iron bands showing no sign of corrosion around it.
I'm just gonna say this before you start saying search for traps. If you're gonna say
I
that,
look at the roof.
it's probably not
At the
going
roof?
to be trapped because this is where they're going to store
Seems-
bodies.
Safe?
I agree.
Holy.
So
No.
they won't really trap it because people would be coming and going
Did you
in
check
here.
for magic?
I was going to do it on the
The
door.
door, yeah.
I was going to do that on the door.
Well,
I step in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to check out those.
I'm
shields.
gonna. I think Ben is right. I'm my character. I think would assume that there's. Why would you trap this?
This is a resting place, not
Yeah.
Yeah.
not a prison
So I do not disturb the body. Well, okay. So in Warhammer, are Sigmar and Ulrich competing gods? Like, is there
More-
that type of animosity?
They're not. It's more of a friendly rivalry.
So
rather than-
desecrating the corpses would be uncool as a
Yes.
religion. Yeah.
Yes.
That's where I thought. That's,
They-
and I'm going to let everybody know.
they're
Do
not-
disturb these corpses.
Yeah, they are. Most of the Empire gods are not antagonistic to each other.
Right.
They're all aligned against the Chaos gods. Now
So we
they
would
might
still
not.
show respect.
Absolutely.
Okay.
They don't necessarily get along in all cases, but it's not like you go out of your way to desecrate a Sigmar temple or an Ulrich temple.
Right, you'll compete for followers.
Well, what's going
Right.
to suck is we're going to find this Ulrich religious symbol, and I'm going to be very torn between snagging.
Oh, I can snag it. It's just
Okay,
Well,
so
I may or may not let you.
shields in the are
They appear to be wooden target shields of northern design. They look like they're pretty damaged from age. They might be serviceable if you got them out and repair them, but they've been here for ages. The wood would be dried up and brittle.
I want to detect magic on the detect artifact on the door.
There is no artifacts on the door. Does not appear to be magical in any form.
Does my holy sense tingle more in here?
Your holy sense is tingling
It's
in
just
this room. It
generally,
general,
okay.
yeah.
same handle, wolf face, holding the ring.
Yes, the door itself is more ornate and looks like it has wolf symbology carved into the wood when you get close enough to see the shadows and so forth.
I will attempt to open the door.
wait.
Okay?
We're
Check out these
adventuring
crates.
party. We always do.
I'm not opening
Huh?
anything in here.
It's the
There's
common
coffins with
adventuring
dead bodies in
No.
there.
You go into a tomb
I'm
or
not-
coffin area. You always open.
Rip it open the sarcophagus.
Yeah, you always do.
I'm not,
No,
I'm
There's
not
no
going
point
through
in
the
wasting time. We can come back through.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so you swing the door open?
Yeah.
Okay. You give it a tug. Give me a strength check.
I'm gonna move into the room.
What's that?
I'm gonna move into the room.
Okay.
86.
86, okay. You put your weight behind it and give it a tug with both hands. After a moment, you hear a creaking as it starts to open. From the other room, you hear, as it starts to open, sort of a sparking sound. And then you are greeted by some greenish light coming from the other room.
I step back immediately.
Okay. You see what looks like some sort of religious room or arcane room. You're not really sure since you don't mess with that stuff.
Right.
Inside the room are a set of 6 glowing candles. They appear to be made out of tallow and a slight yellowish tint to them. They are burning, although the candles don't seem to have been to be melting or anything like that. There's a strange greenish symbol painted onto the ground, and it looks like various religious artifacts and materials and so forth, or possibly arcane, at the far end of the room.
Okay, so the symbol on the ground, does it look like a wolf, or does it look like
It
more
looks
of
like what
a-
it looks like.
I can't see it. It's the
Hey.
one spot
Go
that
put
doesn't
out
show.
the candles.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't see it? That's interesting.
Do not.
No.
Do not
Okay,
put
hold
out
on.
those candles.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because what if they're containing something?
Then why are 2 of them missing?
We heard sparking and greenish light came out of the room.
The minute the door opened,
Yeah,
Sound
the
like the
candles
candles lit.
turned on.
Did the candles turn on when they opened the door?
They were
Or
Or
sparking.
they were... See, no. There's
By the
no
time
way
the
to know.
door is open, the candles are burning.
If the candles aren't melting visibly,
You can't
Then
see very well because
who
the
knows how
candles
long
don't
these
give much
candles have
light.
been burning?
do I see any wires or anything on the door like that might have triggered it?
Nothing you can detect.
No movie magic.
Okay, but
All right, I'm going to turn to the magic in the holy.
there we go.
That looks a lot like the symbol that we had
I'm gonna look
in
in
the
the
other
door.
place, right?
Okay.
And look at the religious symbols on the
Well,
floor.
that was more
Okay.
See if I
like
can deduce what they are.
Okay.
that was typical chaos.
What's with
Yeah,
the
they-
30s tonight?
It's low.
I'm gonna do
With the
my.
total.
Use the manly luck.
I'm gonna do my lore magic.
81.
Okay. 81?
No, I'm sorry. 76.
Are you sure we have to do low numbers?
No, high numbers.
High numbers.
High.
You want high. You want to beat 100.
I agree. I want to beat 100. I always roll 10s or below.
I rolled in the 30s. Every roll
So,
one tonight.
there definitely seems to be Ulrich influence here.
It's like an 84.
84, okay. There is the symbol on the ground. Depending on interpretation, you could see that as representing a wolf face, as far as the design. Most of the shelves and stuff at the far end of the room look like they're covered with bone fetishes and things like that. You would equate it not necessarily as religious worship of Ulrich. It seems more primitive to that. More of, between what you would recognize and what the wizard recognizes, more of hedge magic or witchcraft associated with Ulrich worship. Giselle eagerly is taking notes on everything here, agreeing with everything he says from his conclusions and so forth.
Could this be like one of the earliest temples of Ulrich? Like, these are just really primitive believers of Ulrich?
Possibly.
Why are you last
And of course, as all religion, it's evolved over time.
Possibly.
Definite witch queen.
Maybe
If
she
the
does
magic
apprentice
is still
'cause
strong enough.
She isn't know-it-all.
It's still
Maybe she knows
working
some
currently.
things
No.
about that.
That doesn't mean she knows it. She just thinks she
It
does
has
it.
some...
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
I feel like
We found
got-
a box of those candles. The same candles, right?
They appear to be, yeah.
Yeah,
But-
we found a box of those candles.
yeah. So I'm feeling like the danger here absolutely outweighs anything. We
Not if
should,
the relic is in there.
well, you can't tell if the relic's there. Should we close it up and then come back?
Yeah, let's check
Now that we know, because and honestly, if it's something that can,
Well, our previous experience with
I-
summoning circles is that we're fine
There we go.
as long as one, nobody manipulates the circle or crosses the circle.
okay.
Yeah.
What if
So,
you get in there and
Let's
your
deal with the
relic's
threat
there?
now.
Okay.
And instead of putting it off, because it always can get worse with summoning circles. You never.
Yeah, and also
I agree.
yeah.
I agree. I step into the room,
Okay.
I'm going to grab the.
but I no shit have my hammer up. Like,
Okay.
I'm gonna grab one of the shields off the ground and wedge it in the door frame.
Okay. So the door doesn't close?
Good
Yeah.
idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Door seems
Yeah.
solid enough. It doesn't seem to be
My
moving.
perception's not always high.
The priest steps through. The rest of you notice the hammer is quite visible with the flames at this point.
Oh, I point that out because he has a hard time seeing that because of how much he loves it.
I can't see them.
Oh, you can't see that. You can't see the glow at all.
The indication is I can't really see the glow, right?
To you, it's always impressive rather than spooky.
Okay.
So it's actually noticeably lighter.
Yeah.
How much more light is it projecting? Because I can notice that.
Like from one, like it was like a 4 from 1 to 10. Now it's like a 7. I'd say.
Okay, GM.
Not sure where he was going with that, but sure.
It's
Everybody looked at you like, why would you? Oh shit! I went
incandescent
from lighting up my hex to that.
LED, baby.
Oh.
LED.
Told you.
Fantastic.
You
We're
are
gonna
keeping
deal with this threat. Okay.
I'm gonna walk around the left
So
side
we went in and the
of
candles
the,
were in there. He walked into this
candle
room and
circle.
his
I'm not gonna step
which
within the
has
candles.
in it.
I want to go in the room
Explodes
and
with
try to
light.
start identifying the rooms
hammers biting
and
you?
if there's any runes or any other.
Because
Okay.
it took so
And you
much.
said you're going to walk around the room?
I'm gonna walk around this edge of the room,
And
Okay.
not
then it got
crossing
closer to candles.
the plane of the
Right,
candles.
Okay.
So it went.
I'm gonna step to the doorway right here, next to him on the left.
Might be a good
Right
idea
there,
to shut
yes.
the door.
Okay.
Oh, that looks like a cauldron.
That leaves Minus and Milton in the other room unless you wish to go.
Over
I'm gonna
here
stand
to
up
the
to
right
the
hand,
door
to
so I can see
the
into
east
the
side,
room.
over by those
That's what I'm like.
chairs or boxes it looks like.
Over to the right?
Yep, that'll work.
Okay. Okay. So priest is moving up on the left-hand side.
I'll stay like 10 feet behind him, just be cautious.
Okay. Like I said, there
The effigy was angry looking.
there is
It was.
a cauldron of some sort, chairs, several old wooden shelves, things like that. The entire place is decorated with fetishes, bone, feathers, various things that you would equate to primitive magic amongst the place.
Is that a staff?
Yeah.
It's a large ornate stick.
So that's basically a staff.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, why don't you go around?
Is there
on the
anything
right
in the?
side
Yeah, I'm gonna go
and
around to
me
see
and
if there's
him will go
anything
on
in the pot. Or if it's
Okay, so
empty.
you move up the right-hand side.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
Right
where
about
he was
there.
just standing.
Okay. Yeah, you go up. I mean, the light's fairly dim. There looks like some residue in it, but no actual liquid or anything like that.
While he does that, I'm gonna walk up to this desk, I assume. Is that what that is?
Mhm.
I'm gonna walk up to the desk, not touching anything. I'm gonna step over the staff and all that good jazz, and examine the contents on the top of the desk.
Okay. If you're seeing shifts in the winds of magic, there seems to be winds blowing away from the center of the ring,
Out of the room.
out of the ring itself, into the room, and then out of the room.
Okay.
Like there's a source of wind coming from the ring.
Watch your backs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going basically.
If I look
Go
back into the other
here.
room, is it going into the coffins?
No.
Okay.
Be dead. I'm going to move up to here, avoiding the
Yeah, to where I
candle
was at.
area, basically where he was a bit ago.
Okay.
I have my sixth sense
Keep
still.
an eye
I
out.
know. Yeah. If and when something happens, I'll let you know so you get a momentary benefit at that point. I'm not going to let you know, hey, there's something dangerous here, because then everybody else says, why don't open that door?
No other exits and no holes in the ceiling.
Yeah.
No holes that anybody's able to detect or spot.
Okay.
There are no other visible exits to this room. The cauldron is small, maybe only a foot or two wide, made out of a dull grayish metal, not iron. It's filled with what looks like some sort of baked on residue that's in the greenish light looks black.
Can I smell it?
You sniff it, it smells of the iron air that you've been smelling the whole time.
I'm gonna put my pistol away and pick up the staff and investigate it.
Okay?
So with the wizard things, I can, if there's a magical effect that's targeting me or in line of sight, I can attempt to counteract it or dispel it.
Correct.
Is that a type of thing I can do here?
There's nothing currently targeting you.
Okay.
But that's where your sixth sense would come in.
Okay.
Like if you set off a trap or something like that and you get targeted,
Yeah.
then you would get a chance to
Because
dispel it.
when the demon and me were nuking each other, I forgot about that because
You could
wizards
dispel it.
purposely get
northern foresty
the,
kind of area, and then right in the middle of
opposed
this
checks
whole
of spells.
area.
Okay, so that's effectively their dodge for spells.
Wide
Okay.
section that's just dead,
Nothing grows. Nothing.
barren
grows.
desert, and
Yeah.
it makes no sense.
That was the thing I messed up
Ecologically,
there. I was looking
why
at the
it's
book
here.
today.
So
This may be the source.
You pick up the staff.
yeah.
It appears to be made out of the same wood that the door was made out of. Nothing else of note per se.
Want me to touch it?
Slightly cool to the touch. Feels heavy for what it is. But that's about it.
So with our past experience with what was considering summoning circles,
Yeah.
should we damage it?
Well, we don't know.
Should we damage it to stop any
Give me a
usage?
perception check.
Wait, what? Actually?
Perception.
No, he's joking.
Oh, perception. I thought I was doing corruption.
So should we
Okay.
wreck the circles?
Five.
So
I say before we do that, we inspect the
You're
room.
not good at
We have to figure out what
No.
the purpose is before we
Okay.
do it. Could this be a
You're
beneficial?
distracted, paying attention to Tony,
Yeah.
who's making all sorts of noise.
Who's winning your chess game?
Yeah, he's winning. He doesn't seem to be interested in any of the salted fish you keep trying to feed him, and he just going crazy, making all sorts of noise. And then you realize he's not making noise at you. He's like his ears are laying flat, and he's like trying to poke you behind you. You turn around and you look in the distance. There are what looks like 3 large humanoid creatures seated on what appear to be large-sized wolves. They're just climbing up to the edge of the plateau where you guys are at, maybe 100 yards or so away. 2 of them are armed with bows. One of them has a wicked-looking scimitar that's carved and jagged and so forth. And they're covered with some sort of primitive metal armor. Sort of along the lines of like chainmail. It's bits and pieces and so forth. They come up and look at you. The lead one licking his lips a little bit, and then the wolves slowly start padding towards you, almost silently.
Got that with a 5? Wow.
No.
No. The dog.
That's how close that's how close they are because you rolled a 5.
Wow.
The donkey.
What you gonna do?
Tony saved you.
From the looks of it, if they decide to react and come forward, they'll be on you in 2 rounds.
Time to get on the rope and go down.
Okay, you jump on the rope and
Cut
start
the
climbing?
rope, Yeah.
You jump on the rope and cut the rope?
No.
Is your order of operations correct? Is it gonna be a problem?
I jump on the rope, cut the rope, and then climb down.
Ah, you fool.
Successful.
That's some Team Rocket. type
Okay,
stuff
so
right there.
you start climbing down?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a climb check. You got a plus 20 for the rope.
Okay. Plus 30.
I'm also
Oh, 95. So 125.
Okay, so you scurry down the rope. Up above, you hear the braying of the horse, and you hear what sounds like scratching and running, rapidly approaching. You cut the rope? Okay,
Yeah.
you cut the
I'm
rope.
sorry, Tony.
You hear a hee-haw, hee-haw, and then some clattering of his hoofs as he tries to run. A moment later, you hear some growling and snarling, and the sounds of the mule stop almost immediately.
Oh, he got away.
Good job, Tony.
What are you going to do? It's dark.
I'm gonna run down the hallway.
What?
scre-
You're going to run into the
It's
darkness?
dark. You can't see.
Oh, I'm gonna start screaming for the group. Guys, there's weirdos.
Okay.
They are on wolves.
You start screaming and yelling. It echoes throughout the chamber, up the hole, etc. You guys are investigating the room, checking out what you're going to do. When you hear somebody yelling for you, you assume it's Dip.
Okay,
Um,
as soon as I start hearing that, I'm going to go around
Let him
the...
finish that
Yeah, just let him
description.
finish real quick.
Let him finish.
Okay.
Sorry.
What are you guys going to do? You hear him yelling an alarm.
I will hand the staff to him.
Poor Tony.
No.
I'll hand the staff to
I
him,
honestly feel bad.
and
That's why you name your animals so you feel bad when they die.
so he has his hammer, and who's got the lantern? Which one
Me.
is this? Okay. Then I will hand the staff to you, so you can do your thing. And you want to go with me out to go
Yeah.
retrieve Dip? Okay, we'll go out and retrieve Dip.
Okay. So you and Anders head out, leaving the other 4 of you alone here in the glow of the hammer.
Not
Okay.
good on.
And the candle.
Yeah. You guys head out. You see a light approaching you, and you see the 2 of them approaching with the thing. By the time you guys get there, you're noticing bits of rubble and so forth dropping from above. And looking up, you see at least one of the large wolves glaring down at you, growling and everything. They don't seem to be making any visible move down the tunnel.
I'm also...
So while
Stop looking at me like that.
while you guys are, so there's still light coming down from the shaft still.
There is, but the sun's starting to set
Right.
somewhat, so
It's
it's
getting
slowly shifting.
It's just noon, wasn't it?
You guys have been down here for presumably a couple of hours. I mean, it's
Yeah.
shifting. It's not dark.
Right, it's just
It's shifting. It's not straight down. Okay.
Look, shoot it.
No, so
They killed Tony.
I will wait. I will wait. You guys go back and help them. If anybody starts coming down the hole, I'm gonna make sure I greet them properly.
I was going.
Huh?
Back where?
He's got the light source. You guys go back. He'll show you.
I know.
Well,
Yeah.
the light
I figured
will be
you were
on
still
this,
looking.
and you
Yeah,
won't be able to
I
see
can see him coming down. I'll see. There's no.
Shoot
It
him!
ain't gonna happen.
Shoot
It
him!
ain't gonna happen. I ain't waiting.
Shoot
Dad,
him!
Dad, I'm going to grab Dip. And
No!
bring him
Shoot
down.
him!
I'm gonna bring him down.
They killed Tony! Shoot him!
You're louder than I am.
The wolf backs out of view. You can
You
hear some. You can hear voices up there. Some sort of strange guttural sound. I don't know what languages people speak, but I'd be surprised if anybody speaks the appropriate language.
I speak Beastman or Chaotic Mutant.
Right. Not really a factor here. They appear to be communicating.
I know.
You hear voices, and then you hear. Then it goes quiet.
Okay.
He speaks Wastelander.
He's not here.
Oh, I thought you were in there with us.
Oh.
He's in the temple with you guys.
Yeah, that's
You guys.
But I'm gonna
Never mind,
go
you're not
back
paying attention.
to. I'm gonna go back to the room that we were just in, the relic room. That well, so,
You're gonna head back to
Yeah.
back there, or you guys gonna head back or stay here?
no, I'm gonna bring
staying
the
at
group
hole.
over.
What are
Why
you doing?
didn't you shoot him?
Because I didn't. Are you going back there with them, or are you staying here?
Now I'm gonna stay here and watch you shoot him.
I'm not shooting anything. There's nothing up there.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna
So
go get
Milton
the
and Dip stand here debating whether or not they should use the ammo.
I tell him if they move on from that room, they need to come get us.
Okay. So Anders heads back with the lantern into the room. Meanwhile, you're taking a look at the staff. It appears to be a staff of some unknown wood. You're not sure beyond that what it is.
Okay.
Okay. Other than a big fancy stick. It's ornate.
Could I use my detect artifact on it?
You can. It does not seem to have any magical qualities.
Is it blackwood or
Yes.
blackened?
Black wood.
Okay.
The wood itself appears to be a black color.
Okay.
Okay. You're looking through the papers and so forth. Most of it doesn't make any sense to you. It appears to be some sort of religious or arcane rituals for different things, but you don't have enough sense of what it is to do anything with it.
Roll them up, throw them in my bag.
Okay. You collect a couple of books worth of notes and paperwork and so forth. Like I said, the whole place is decorated with all sorts of fetishes of bones and skulls and feathers and things like that. Think witch doctor type decorations.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna go
What was also
to
on
the
the
group.
floor?
Inform
else was
them.
on the
There was the cauldron and then the collection of stuff that he got.
There's also boxes and stuff.
I'm assuming
Okay,
it's all
okay, fair enough,
there.
fair enough.
But the cauldron isn't iron. He said that for
Right, the iron is a strange grayish metal, not iron, and it's filled. It has some sort of dark residue in it. In the green light, it appears to be a black color.
I'm gonna give it a whiff.
It smells of iron.
Yeah.
Could be blood.
Probably.
I'm gonna tap my hammer on it.
On
Is
the
it-
residue,
No, on the.
on the metal, you can't really get the hammer in. Is the point? Yeah.
That's fine.
Smash the hammer in there.
Whoever gets hit with this is fucked. Just hit. I'm gonna ding it. See, you say it's metal, but it's not.
metal.
Does it ding like metal? Or is it more
Yeah.
like lead or something where it has a slightly different
It
sound?
it has a different sound. It quite possibly could be lead.
All right.
It does give off sort of a loud chiming sound whenever you tap the cauldron.
Do you care about
Sort
this?
of echoes through the room.
So, from a religious point of view, I've basically determined that this is some type of primitive witch magic.
Yeah, they seem
Okay.
more arcane in this case.
Would destroying this count as a defiling of Ulrich's space?
If your conclusion is that this is a temple of Ulrich, then yeah.
I'm so sure it is.
Out there,
Out there
with
it
the
is.
giant wolf, I could see more.
Like, was this a temple to Ulrich and it got profaned? Is the question. That's the question I have.
It could be an offshoot of Ulrich worshippers.
In all reality,
Yeah,
there's
it could be. And we looked through the bookcases, right? And okay.
Could I take a look at those?
Yeah,
original
absolutely.
things?
Here, you take them.
Okay.
Let me see that
What?
stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Or maybe,
Don't break it.
Okay.
this
Oh,
is
Jim's-
maybe, like, the,
You have a
used to
habit
be
of breaking
town.
items that are questionable.
used to
A
be a
quick
good
glance
stuff.
through the papers with your arcane knowledge and
You
read
can see
magic
it too
abilities and
without
everything.
screaming at me. That's why
It
I
appears
ignore
to
you
be
9 times out of 10.
ritual magic
Something in town up there.
around
Some
some
people
sort of
have a
conjuring
secret,
or summoning.
Okay. Do I know
temple
what?
underneath
You don't have
the
enough detail
city
with a
wall.
quick glance.
And,
It would take
like,
several
up there
hours
could have been, like,
of
Sigma
study and
or
reading through it to really
something
get the
like
more
that.
more
And
detailed than
they
that.
could-
Looking
I
at
agree
it,
with you. I
does
understand.
it like have a drawing or whatever when it's
You're-
supposed
you're-
to
you
end
could be
look
spot on.
like?
Maybe not City Hall.
The
Sure.
predominant drawing is the symbol that's on the floor.
Small
So this seems to be some type of summoning type thing.
Okay. Now,
And it looks like the ritual right here.
did it already summon the creature?
I'll need a couple hours.
Yeah, he's going to need to study the paperwork for some time and really absorb it to make that conclusion. He just did a quick scan over it.
Step out and close the door
We could.
and leave it while he studies, or while
Well, how sturdy is this door?
it's unbroken, it's undamaged. That was the whole deal. It
Mm-hmm.
was what it was made out of. The same as it's the same material the staff is made out of.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I hold the staff,
It's just
Do I
information
feel
I hadn't
anything?
looked at before.
like, do I feel like maybe this is the religious relic? or
Feels no, it feels slightly cool to the touch, and it feels heavier than a staff of wood of this size would be. It's denser in some
something?
way.
And there's, it's,
You don't get any
are there gems
Sense
or
of- no.
anything like that on it?
No.
It is just a wooden carved ornate staff.
yes.
Okay.
heavy.
Of questionable wood.
Yeah, you're not sure, you're not able to identify what the wood is. The door is made of the same wood, plus with some iron bands.
If only we had a carpenter.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, if I need to destroy this, what are the options? What are my options? So, it's so heavy. Like, this is so,
It's not like
I couldn't
crazy
break
heavy.
this over my knee or something, probably.
It probably not. Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't think you could.
Burn it.
Yeah, let's move out. I'm done with this room.
Going to his statement, if we only had carpenter, I actually have craftsman carpenter skill.
Okay.
Can you identify the wood?
Yeah, what kind of wood is this? How fucking random.
We have a carpenter with us.
Yeah.
Go for it, man.
Give me a carpeting roll. I'll go with that.
I also need to figure this out because this is
Got to use the skills of the group. If we only had a carpenter.
What's everybody else's
Did you ever
crazy
notice
skill?
all my tools in my bag?
Anybody else have trade skills of use?
Yeah.
No.
Give me a roll.
Yeah, I need to figure it out. It's never even.
It's intelligence based.
Okay.
I think.
So it's just your intelligence
yeah.
stat.
Okay.
Yeah, any-
Plus
any-
33.
How do you have
It was just something that I got when
It was
I
a random
started
thing.
this.
did you just spend points on it?
No.
No, it was just a base thing that I got.
It was a base skill that he got,
Oh, as a background?
I guess.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, odd, but sure.
Pretty bad.
It's a talent. You get a trade.
Ooh.
Like 75.
75? No, you've never seen this wood.
It is indeed wood.
I mean, it is beyond your ability to carve or craft as far as the detail in it. It's definitely was made with some skill, but you're unable to identify the type of wood or any other properties it might have.
Probably worth some money. Alright.
Yeah, probably is.
I'll give it back to the wizard.
Okay.
Could I potentially, with my lore magic and stuff like that, how each of the lores usually have their appropriate staff and garments and stuff like that, could I potentially equate it to a color of magic?
No,
Okay.
doesn't seem to have any significance to that. This room would be themed along the same line, and this is more hedge magic
Okay.
than a organized, trained magic.
See, just because it's hedge bag doesn't necessarily mean it's evil.
Yeah.
So, alright, I'm out. I'm going to the hallway. Next room.
Yeah,
Closing the door
we're
and
all
all that
gonna
good
meet
stuff?
up.
Are you?
I am.
Question is, do we
Right,
put
I
out
know
the
you're
candles?
heading out.
Yeah, I'm heading out. I'm not staying here any
No.
longer. But,
Put out the candles?
No.
no, not until we know what
It's
would
a
happen.
summoning circle.
But it may have already summoned something.
Then why wouldn't we put it out then?
I might release it.
Thoughts?
Thoughts? We got a couple minutes. You gonna do it? Do it.
Okay.
Alright. But what if this is a friendly
What do you have to
Ulrich? That's the problem. This is not necessarily an evil place.
A friendly summoning circle?
A friendly wizard?
Yeah, wizards are
This
usually
is-
friendly.
This is hedge witch.
Yeah, it's hedge witch, which is chaos magic, and it's a summoning circle.
You go ahead and break it. I won't stop you, but I will stand back.
Yes, I am going to blue.
I'll blow out one of the candles.
Okay. You reach up, you blow it out. Candle goes out. Moment or two later, there's a sparking sound. The candle relights.
Okay.
Nah.
There we go.
Never mind.
Now, last time we had to actually physically break the circle.
Okay.
Well, it's painted.
You got a
and-
dagger?
Well,
I do.
He's got like
Gotta ruin the dagger.
Okay. Give me a magic skill roll.
Okay. Lore magic?
Sure.
Magic?
More magic.
That's a one. That's a like 151.
Okay. The key thing with circles that you know from your training through your advanced degrees and everything is circles can serve multiple purposes. They can be summoning, i.e., well, circles by themselves effectively create a wall. They can either trap something in, trap something out, or prevent something from entering or leaving.
Okay.
Okay? The summoning has nothing to do with the circle itself. The summoning is what contains whatever magic. So by scratching the circle, damaging the circle, etc., you could disrupt whatever it's for, or you could disrupt whatever it's for, releasing things. Your call. You don't have any clue one way or the other.
Well, nothing's coming out currently, so I'll do research with
Yeah, probably.
pictures.
yeah.
Okay.
I also
we-
have the research skill.
I just wanted. I wasn't sure as a player if you were aware of that, but
That's
function.
why I haven't fucked with it.
And I'm fine with that. I just want to make
Okay.
sure you, as a player, understand
Okay.
the circle itself is simply a barrier.
Okay.
It's not necessarily pro or con to have it there or not have it there. It depends on what the purpose of the magic is, as to whether or not you want to break it or not.
Okay. How
This
about-
goes back to my idea that the effigy is staring angrily in this general direction. So it could be this whole temple is designed to keep something contained.
Maybe.
Yeah, let's.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was trying to explain that earlier and I didn't really get in depth with it.
Fine, fine.
But that's why I don't want to break the circle.
So.
I think it's a bad idea.
Okay, how
Do you think it's a
about,
bad idea? Do you? Anybody back me up on this? You're
I'm
not
back in the hall.
Yeah, I'm not there.
I'm getting ready to stab you shooting.
Let's
I
move
just
on.
wanna
I didn't
Thank
think
you.
it was a bad idea.
Moving on. Out
Okay.
the hallway we go. Shut the door.
You guys head back to the hallway.
From where I'm at, I can see them come out with the light.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I was
I
gonna
nudged.
say like.
I nudged it. Now, do I see anybody or any rocks?
You've
falling
not seen
anywhere,
any
any
additional
more
activity
noise?
since the wolf pulled his head back.
Okay,
Maybe they know another way in.
that's kind of what I'm getting at. So let's yeah, I'll roll down with them. Are you staying in the hallway in the dark, or are you coming further in with us?
Poor town.
I know. That's
Why did we even do him? What's
Good
that?
this
idea to
exact
leave
moment.
them.
Yes.
That's why. Some people will be remembered fondly for the rest of this game.
Animals do not have a very good history with this group.
Put Tony in the. If you put.
Okay, we'll go. We'll keep going. And
We're starting to go.
You guys
farming
gonna
for a
head
new
back with the
token.
group?
yep.
You two, Dip?
I don't see it.
Yes or no?
With or without him.
No.
I'm continuing down the hallway towards
So
the
you,
You're gonna stay here in the dark?
it's
I can see it up in the
it's
well.
gonna get dark real quick.
It will
because the
get dark
sun's-
as the sun goes down.
It won't take but an hour or two.
Okay.
I mean, you're 30 feet down a shaft. Yeah, the light will rapidly disappear from the thing.
Ambushed. Won't be my fault.
Right.
Wait.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you stay at the entrance of the dungeon, you don't get treasure.
That is true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But
you-
And there's no point in going to the dungeon if you're just going to stand at the entrance.
So,
of the
are you
dungeon.
going to go with the group?
Take that.
Are you-
Okay.
Before we leave this area completely, can we just open up those crates and coffin them just to see what's in them?
In the room we were just in?
No, not that room,
With the
this room.
coffins, there's
We-
boxes.
We're not opening. Well, the boxes, sure, but
Yeah,
we're
the
not
box.
opening the coffins.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
We're
the
not opening the
coffins, the
sarcophagi.
boxes.
Yeah,
I'm
this- we'll take 5 minutes and look through those real quick.
Okay. You're specifically not going to touch those?
I'm not going in there. I'm not opening any of those side boxes. That's their stuff. I'm not taking the stuff from around those coffins.
I'm checking our back.
I know what happens.
You just took one of their shields and
No, I
used it
didn't.
as a
I
doorstop.
did. I used it as doorstop. I did not take it.
Okay.
I haven't said I'm taking anything yet. I'm looking to see what's in here.
Okay. You open up the boxes and the barrels and so forth, and yes, it appears to be a collection of personal effects. Looks like personal mementos, things like that. Many of them are rotted away, decayed, etc. But you recognize things like bone knives, things like that. It looks like a collection of different personal effects
Okay.
that have been here for quite some time.
Are these crates as rough in design as the ones out in the hallway?
Yes.
Okay, so we're still dealing with primitive people. All right, out in the hallway, we're out.
Right.
Yeah,
And,
we'll leave
and
them
crates is optimistic. These are cobbled together boxes
Yeah,
and so forth.
I
It's not like a merchant's crate or anything
That's-
like that.
That's why I was asking that question.
Okay.
So-
So
Nobody taking anything out of here.
Yeah,
Frederick
that's
and
why-
Anders are going to take the lead, followed by Milton and
I'm staying in the very back, and I'm.
Minus, and then
Did
Dip and Erdem are in the back with
Okay.
Grizel.
Did my hammer shrink back down in light as soon as I left the room?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
That's actually
Okay.
less chaos magic.
So when we step out here, they described the wolf to us before.
Mm-hmm.
Does the wolf look any different since we entered that other room
Yes, it's
to you
moving.
guys? Oh, that's-
Not that they can detect.
okay. Well, then let's roll around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one
'cause
at a
it was
time.
looking at like this direction, right?
Yeah.
Or was it
Yeah.
looking at where it's at compared to like what we understand of the geometry of the area? Is it looking at the summoning circle? Roughly?
Arguably, sure.
Okay.
It's looking southeast. That's roughly where that room is.
I don't enjoy
So
this.
basically, in this general area.
Yeah, moving on. We had a
Yeah.
door
Yep, right there.
right there. Open that door
Yeah.
to the south. I'm gonna check it for traps real quick, as best I can with my non-trap detecting skills.
Okay.
Is it a heavy iron door?
It is.
You can easily detect traps. If you open it, it goes off.
And Dad, I
Then you
still
found
just
it.
have my shield and my.
Door
and my
seems
lantern.
safe. Doesn't seem like any traps on it. There's another wolf head pull ring.
I'll go ahead.
All right, I'll step back and give him the space to open that up
Okay.
I'm gonna take a few steps backwards.
into the loving embrace of an orc. Comes out of the shadows.
Okay.
Probably better than what's in there.
You see a room.
Keep it Gracias.
You step into the room. There are more storage shelves. Looks like a table that for food preparation
Mhm.
and that sort of stuff. Another door at the far side.
Checking around for holes in the ceiling, all those pressure plates, all
Yeah,
that.
If there's anything that you're able to spot, I will let you know, or I'll let you know that the trap goes off.
Do what he
Okay,
does and hide stuff in
I'll
the
follow
back
him
to
through.
me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna shine my lantern around, looking for any hostiles,
No,
if any.
other than bad cooking, probably there's nothing here.
And following what he did in the previous one, I'm gonna move up to this door over here and prepare to open it when everyone goes into the room.
Okay.
So it's like a food preparation.
Yeah, not really a kitchen. There's no oven or any place to cook, but there are old utensils, mainly like flint knives, things like that, on the table, and obvious signs of things having been slaughtered or harvested on the table. There's signs of blood stains and things like that. No sign of any of what it is they would have been cutting up here.
Okay.
but that's sort of the impression you got.
I'll move up to the doorway, the first one.
You alright?
Hey,
Okay.
He slips and wipes
do
the
you
whole
wanna stay in the doorway?
Sorry, you said
to
what?
keep an
I'll
eye
move
on
up to the
hallway?
first doorway.
I'll close the door behind
I'm
us.
following
No,
up
don't,
with them.
don't.
Are you going
You
in?
said you're going to go up there and close the door?
Behind.
Behind.
Oh, after you go in?
If you go
Okay.
After everybody goes in, I'll go in
Yeah.
last.
Okay,
and
you
then-
going in there, George?
Yeah, I said I was.
Okay.
I'm staying in the doorway, so the door's not gonna be closed.
Okay.
I'm keeping an eye out.
Okay, you guys stay in the hallway while they're inside?
Are you going in? You can
No.
go in. I'm taking
Is there a
an eye
room
behind us.
once
Oh,
we're in the
okay.
room?
I'm gonna make sure this door
Is
closes.
there a bar or anything like that to lock
If
the
we go
door?
in, we can go all the
Okay.
way around here.
No, there's a pull ring on both sides. The door doesn't seem to have any latch
Okay.
mechanism
Do
at
you
all.
guys want the lantern that I've been using?
If we, I'm gonna
You
look
got
at
two?
that as we go through
Well,
each door.
he has
No,
one.
we don't
And
have
if
to.
there is
Yeah,
one,
we've only
please
got
let
one
me know.
lamp and
Sure.
we're using
Yeah, the only one that has any sort of
No, I thought
mechanism like that
No.
is the
No,
ornate
it's his.
door into the
Never mind.
arcane room.
Right, okay.
Alright.
So, is this where everyone wants to
Yeah.
be? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and open the door.
Who's this out here? Who are these two
Uh,
guys?
Him and me.
Those two.
Okay.
They're keeping watch.
Okay. You open up the next room. There are several old crates, storage type things. A couple of doors at either end. The room itself is fairly nondescript. Nothing of note here other than a perhaps thicker layer of dust on the ground.
Okay, going along like that we've been going. Has there been any disturbances?
There has not been
movement
any
of dust?
disturbances in here. Now, this room, you do notice there's a handful of cracks in the roof that go from wall to wall. And like I said, there seems to be almost a little bit thicker layer of dust in the room.
Is this the door that had the sliding they were describing?
No.
No? From the
Like-
hall?
I'm not gonna go all the way into the room, not like just in the doorway looking around.
Yeah.
You can see it all from there, but
Okay.
Is your
And
Jesus
I'm
sense
gonna
something like?
ask him if
His
he
what?
can come up here and see if this is
Hol-
trapped.
Is holy sense?
Yes.
Yes.
I called it a Jesus sense.
Okay.
Sigmar sense.
Equivalent of it.
Yep.
Yeah, so,
I'm gonna ask you to come up here.
yeah, I'll go up and
Take
use
a
my
look
perception
around.
and see if I can find any traps.
Okay.
I'll note the cracks in the ceiling and stuff.
Yeah, like I said, other than a thicker layer of dust in the room, almost imperceptible, and several sizable cracks that snake across the roof, there's nothing else of note in
There's
them.
crates and stuff in here.
There's a couple of old crates, yes.
And have they been smashed?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna head to that western door.
Okay, can I go
Okay.
towards the nearest one of those cracks and can I see if it's
I'm
natural
following along
or
still.
person built?
It appears to be natural to your level of skill.
Okay.
Okay.
I,
So
I
I-
mean,
What are you
I can
saying,
use
George?
nature.
I'm following along still. I just keep,
Okay.
keep that
as
in
we
mind.
see the light disappear,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna follow in, and you're gonna close the door behind us. We're just keeping back.
Okay.
We're gonna close
there
the
a
door
lock
though,
on the
behind
door?
us. No. there's
No.
lock, buddy.
There's no lock or latch, just pull rings on both sides.
So it's a pool door thing.
Yeah,
On
you-
both sides.
But these are making noise when they're being opened.
They're
right?
creaking when they open, and so forth.
I was gonna suggest maybe barricading, but again,
Yeah,
it's
it
a
pulls
pool.
out. Yeah.
So they can just. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, they still have to move the barricade.
Were you going to that door? You said.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was also wanting to go to the door.
Okay. So the two of you move up to the door on the left, on the west, and one of you want to open it up.
Yeah.
You wanna move up?
He is.
I'm gonna open it
I
up.
am.
Okay. Okay.
Patient man.
You move up, open up the door. Inside, you see a storage room. In the back of the room, there you can't really see it very clearly, but when the rest of you move in, there's a what looks like a bedroll
Okay.
and a quiver of arrows.
I'll take that. Thank you very much.
You're not even
Okay.
ordered.
Yeah.
Minus comes running in and grabs the quiver of arrows.
Sorry.
There is the arrows look old. There's a dozen arrows with a delicate red feather for the fletching. The tips look in good condition. Look still razor sharp. The bedroll looks like more of a Chilean design. If you're familiar with Chile, think Spaniards. Tilea, depending on how you pronounce it. Think the Warhammer equivalent of Spaniards and that region. It doesn't look new. Looks like it's been here for quite some time.
Might have been where that one guy was sleeping before he got smashed. I'm
Definitely
gonna open the
not
door.
this area.
Yeah, the door.
Well,
Southern
he
door in
had
that
his
room.
own bedroom.
Okay.
I'm kind of in a hurry.
I'm assuming the rest of you are
because
moving in.
There's 3 massive works
Yep.
potentially with wolves. I would like to.
And we are actively closing every door behind us as we're
Okay.
coming in.
Okay. You move up to the next door, and you're going to open that up, I assume?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick scan of. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Then
That opens up into a largish room. The door itself is a little bit stuck. The clay deposits and everything have sort of encased the bottom of the door, but when you pull it, they sort of flake away, opening it up into a larger room.
Just broke a wax seal on the door.
You see in the room there's a depression near the center and what looks like a large iron grate built into the center of the room.
okay,
Cherry pie.
okay. Given
That's the American pie.
given the clay that we've been running across, could this clay have been deposited by overflow from this grate? Does it look like that's what's happened here?
It doesn't look like sewage sludge as such, if that's what you're thinking.
No, but I mean, when you see like a storm drain or something, usually around the edge there'll be dirt and stuff like that that piles
Yeah,
up over
it,
time
it,
as
it,
water.
it looks like
flows.
you'd probably equate it, and certainly Dip would be able to identify it as such. It looks like it is silt or debris deposited by previous flooding.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna take the shaft of my hammer
Okay.
and kind of poke down through the clay, because this looks like it's pretty layered right here.
It's pretty thick there.
All right, I'm gonna kind of poke down in it and see
Okay.
if it seems solid underneath it.
It definitely seems solid. It's been here for quite some time and is definitely dried up, almost to a stone consistency. Now, where you poke it, it breaks apart in sheets and
Right.
layers rather than clumps, and it's not one big chunk. So you poke at it and it sort of flakes off.
Kind of like how early shale starts.
Yes, same idea.
Okay.
I want to unroll the bedroll and see if there's anything inside it.
Okay.
This may
Hey,
be
Dad,
bad.
Little goblin pops out.
can you maybe like move me into this corner so the light actually comes in all the way? 'Cause
Matching bow.
Potentially.
A matching bow.
I could always use a bow. But
I
that's not
was
to be used without
talking
training.
about the corner
but
where
whatever.
all the clay is.
That's fine.
That's stating
So-
that it's flooded multiple times.
Yeah, but not in
This
a
whole
long
complex
time.
has.
Yeah.
We've run across silt in almost every room.
Right.
So,
Well,
and we can't see to the edge of this room.
It's Atlantis.
Does this also mean that the village was here after it was flooding? Because they built a well over the water.
They probably didn't know it was down here.
Yeah. So the village of
Or they
Borg
did.
worshippers.
Or they saw the hole and they used it to collect
Who
water.
says it's all report?
Yeah.
shooters?
Maybe.
At any point.
Maybe they did some type of ritual to make a drought so the water would drain out so they can get down to the actual thing.
Yeah.
No, that's entirely
But
possible too.
overcast it.
Okay, Lord. Okay, enough. Oh my God! It breaks the. We go back and break the seal, and the whole place just starts flooding.
Oh.
Bring it on.
Oh.
That would be,
Save the whole
that'd be
area.
so dirty.
Yeah, that would be
I
cool.
would be
though.
impressed.
There'd be silt everywhere.
Alright.
I would be
It'd be
impressed.
cool.
I want to
water-
Okay,
move
we
up
get it,
I wanna
guys.
move
Come
up.
on.
into the room with them, into
Okay.
that next room.
Okay.
And then when I see the grate, I'm going to go and look down and see if there's a depth in there. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, you move over to that. There is about a 5-foot shaft that leads down and then looks like it opens up into some sort of chamber.
He's a bad.
Into a chamber, not like a reservoir. There's a depth.
There's no sign of any water or liquid down there.
Any hatch or any hinges on the.
There's no hinges.
It's just
It looks like the grate is not necessarily built into the floor, but it's secured to the floor by half a dozen very thick, crude spikes.
There's a reason why
I'm
that's
not breaking
down
through
there.
that anytime soon. I'll
With proper tools, you could
Yeah.
probably pry it open.
I think
not now. Yeah.
I think the prison wasn't the
Hey,
bad
light
idea.
sources. You guys
Yes.
want to move forward?
Yeah,
and let's
I
go
was
further. I
going
can't
to
because I can't
move
see in the
around
dark.
the entire room, basically. Oh, there's another.
Did you find anything in that bedroll with the bones?
No. Like I said, the bedroll itself, when you unroll it, once the dust is off, it's actually in pretty good condition. It looks to be a very comfortable bedroll, certainly higher quality than you're used to with the standard blankets and so forth. Somebody obviously spent some money on it. Despite the age, the down feathers and so forth in it still seem comfortable and fresh. It certainly has some wear and tear from the road and some dirt.
Does it have any embroidering on it?
Yes.
What's the embroidering?
Not a writing as
Okay.
such, it's just fancy decoration.
Okay.
Taking your fancy
Hey,
Spanish
Dad.
bedroll.
Or whoever's
Spaniard
controlling
down.
the map and moving the figures can move me in the middle of the room.
Okay. Assuming everybody else is following in.
Yes.
I believe these are prison grades.
Are they?
They
So
were-
they're saying
No,
that
this
this
room's up there.
connects to that downward space. We can see that now.
The-
Where when they were going through the hallway,
Yeah.
they described a downward slant. Is
This room has a slight, but this is not the room that they were commenting about.
Okay, it ends.
Or torture
On the map.
chamber.
On the map, over here is where the other room, there was
Right.
another room with a downward
I'm gonna head over
slant.
that way.
Okay?
When I get to the top of these stairs, I'm gonna look down the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my lantern at this point, so I have more light.
Okay.
And get it lit,
I'll follow him.
because my 5 foot of light from this thing is not enough.
It could be a
I
torture
prefer that
chamber.
lantern
They
back
flood
then.
the room up.
Well,
I prefer that my lantern back.
oh, okay, I'll give his lantern back.
I think you guys are overthinking it.
But yeah, I'll.
And so if
I'll
I want to
follow
go
him.
exploring, I can.
I got you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're going to take the lantern instead, George?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm going to go with him
Okay.
because you know
So
he has the light.
as you guys are going through, I want to thoroughly search each room.
I agree, to a point. I mean, we're finding stuff. It's worth looking around, but at the same time, we have to move.
I
We can't
completely
spend an
agree.
hour in each room looking.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's as you're clearing rooms, I'm investigating more thoroughly. Like you're
That's fine.
searching the out in the open stuff. I'm more like opening the drawers.
Yeah, I'm
and
looking for the
crates.
threats,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
Okay,
Just
so
don't
you
be
head over
greedy
there
about
with him.
keeping
I'll
everything
go over there with
fine.
him, and I'm gonna listen down the hall
I'll tell you if I find a holy relic.
to the north
Oh, you
That's
to see if I hear any large, clunky,
No, I will. I have no use for all of them.
orcish
I need a magic.
noises.
Okay. So the three of you are checking out this large room with the grates, or are you going with the other one?
I'm going to position myself in the middle of the
I'm staying
pathways.
with George.
So I
Okay,
can
Dip and
watch.
George are checking out this room, checking, you're going to walk around and search it carefully?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thad, hold on, before you go any further, Thad tried to convey that he's going to sit here on this corner so that he can see down this way and just kind of generally keep everybody covered with his bow.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's a good move.
Okay. And then the other three, you said you're going to
I'm
listen
listening.
for noises and so forth.
If I hear any guttural, orcish, or
You don't hear any noises other than the commotion of the group itself. Thad, you look down the tunnel. There's a short flight of stairs, goes down about 5 feet, and then continues forward in stone. Near the end of your light, about here, the cavern stops being brick and turns into more of a natural cavern again.
Was this a pool? Okay, I'm going to walk down that way.
Okay?
I'm with him.
Oh,
Curiosity is going to get me killed, but I'm going to walk down that way.
I'll follow right
This
beside
reminds
him.
me of
I trust the.
Because it looks like there might be some more grates over here. Oh, I see. Does it look like a collapse?
No, it looks like it turns more into a natural cavern.
Alright, I'm not going any further.
Okay?
I'll go back.
You do smell something different. Here the iron smell has faded quite a bit, and you get more of a rot smell.
I'm going to back up.
Yeah.
I'm going to inform everybody, hey, something's down this way, it's a tunnel. into a cavern and it stinks.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go check out over here where this hole is.
Okay. So you guys are heading over into this section.
Did we ever look at these barrels to see the contents of the barrels?
No,
No.
we just left after we
Okay.
saw this.
George, meanwhile, you're checking out the other room. The far corners have more of the clay deposits and everything. In different corners, there are sections where
Yeah,
crates
they
and
all had
boxes have
spots.
been buried in the clay.
This one just doesn't have
I don't know if you care to check any of them or not.
I'm gonna check that.
There's miscellaneous supplies that are all damaged and nothing of note here. Both of the grates, like I said, are about 3 feet or so across. There is a narrow shaft underneath it that descends directly down about 10 feet and then opens up into some sort of a chamber. All of the grates look like they were placed on the ground and then secured by thick iron spikes pounded into the stone. Okay.
Do I find the same?
Yes, it's the same grate next to him. So,
I'm gonna drop a rock down that hole.
okay, you guys go to that one. Looking down the hole, it's a bit larger. Looks like about a 5-foot shaft or so. There are the remnants of iron rungs on the side, descending down. It looks like a large, for lack of a better description, a large staple
Okay. Yeah.
of iron pounded manually into the stone. Okay. It descends maybe another 20 feet or so into a chamber, and you can see a faint greenish glow coming from down there.
No.
So you said the rings are punched into those stones.
It's like a piece of metal that's been folded, sort of like a giant staple,
right.
and then pounded forcefully into the stone side.
Okay, I was
Like a
wondering
sewer
if this
ladder.
was more pitons like what was on
No.
the.
No.
Wall
Okay.
ladder, wall ladder.
Sewer ladder.
But a green glow.
We
yes.
got a lantern. We got rope. Let's do the same trick. Give me a rope.
Well, we
Whoever
can
has
see
a
that.
rope.
you can climb
we can
down
see
and
the
we can
mouse.
We can see the glow, but if we lower it down, we can actually see what else is down there.
Oh, you can listen.
See if maybe there's an item that's glowing, or is it like a portal to hell?
I mean, that space underneath the thing, that's lit up. We can see the.
There's
ground.
a faint glow down there. You can't see
Oh,
anything of
okay,
note in
yeah.
that area.
Before we go exploring that, let's figure out what's in the rest of these rooms.
Okay, there's only one left.
Yeah.
No, there was multiple.
There's a lot more.
There's a lot more of this complex we haven't done.
Right.
Because this is all.
Yeah, we had this whole side.
all this stuff
if
is.
if it's more than one door. I mean, there's a door there.
There's a
There's a
door
door
right here,
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 Oh, there's
and
two
there's
doors.
one. There's a
No.
door here.
No,
there's
there is
only
no
those.
door.
Just those
Okay,
two.
that
doors.
one
But
and
you're
that one.
right. They can go.
No,
they can go
these
really
two.
far.
Ben, just chillax.
There's one right over here.
Yeah, the one right here, right next to you, is the one that has that window in it
Yeah.
that you can slide open.
I'm gonna stand next to it like this, and slide it open. Right, so I don't get poked in the eye with a stick
13,
by a little
13.
kid. Yeah,
Okay.
and then if nothing happens,
Hold your
Okay.
lantern in there. Yeah.
You hold your lantern up, look in, you see a dark room. There looks like some iron bars crossing most of the room.
it's a cell.
Okay.
All right, is it locked or
Nope.
is it step aside and pull ring it open?
Okay.
Oh.
That's the prison.
Like one cell.
Inside you see a couple of cells, crude construction. Looks like pounded metal bands that have been somewhat welded together, and remnants of hay and straw inside, bedding of some form. Does not look like a very comfortable place. No sign of any bodies or people or anything like that in it.
Am
Is
I
it just the
seeing
two
it-
cells?
Yes.
I feel like a
Am
temple.
Am I seeing it as less of a prison cell and more of a animal cage?
No, it doesn't. From the decorations and everything, it doesn't look like this would be where animals would be kept.
Okay.
At least not animals domesticated.
Gotcha.
The quality is such, whoever would have been staying here would have been treated like an animal.
Gotcha.
Okay. And I mean, there's a single bucket in each one that looks like it may have been a bathroom or water or food or whatever. Very primitive levels. There are manacles on several of the walls, including in the cells themselves, and dark stains on the walls.
Are there, so the manacles are just like chained manacles?
Against the wall.
I'm gonna take a pair and throw them in my bag.
Okay.
Is there a key or to them, or
Nope.
is they just like a pin type?
There's no
manacle?
key. They have a key slot, but there is no key to it. They look pretty primitive locks, though.
Okay.
Miss Cats each time and unlock it.
Am I still getting that holding feeling?
This does not feel like a temple.
Okay, I'm
at
gonna
all.
open the doors, the cell doors, real quick, if
They're
they're unlocked.
locked.
They're locked. And there's no
There's
key
no
ring
keys.
or anything
Yep.
like that. Okay.
I mean,
you
it
able
doesn't,
to-
there's nothing in them.
That we're
Other
aware
than
of.
hay.
Are you able to pick between unholy and regularly holy?
Nope.
Nope. He can tell religious significance.
All right, I'm gonna head over to this other door real quick.
I'll do this one here.
Oh, is that? Yeah, let's go to
Yeah.
this door. This northern door. Yeah. We're not gonna split the group. I don't want to do that.
I don't think this is.
Is everybody gonna move up with us?
Yeah, I'm basically
going to
sitting
assume they
next
are.
to you
Okay. I'm gonna
with
check
my
this door,
shield.
and I assume you're trailing behind, checking for things they might have overlooked.
Pickles. Barrels
Okay.
of pickles.
I'm specifically
I really
checking
prefer
and
barrels of
focusing
pickles
all
and
my
all
attention on hearing the doors.
My masters.
Okay. Listening for other noises and so forth. So far, you haven't heard anything.
Okay.
Okay, so this one leads into a room. There's a old wooden scaffolding on the far side of the room. A short staircase that leads up to it, and then the scaffolding heads through the wall to the north into some other chamber that's at a slightly higher elevation. You can see what appears to be some sort of a yellowish glow coming from that direction.
Yellow and
Did we
green.
hear anything?
No.
No?
Is my hammer still glowing lightly? Okay.
I'll go up there with you.
How sturdy? Because everything else in this place is kind of rotten. What's the scaffolding like? More solid?
It looks solid. If only you had a carpenter.
I'll go first, heavy.
Yeah.
If only you had a carpenter or some.
Carpenter.
If we're gonna be honest, these could just be lightsabers.
Hey, carpenter. Yeah, you're right. Could be.
Yoda's down there. Just
Is this scaffolding safe?
I
Carter,
don't know because I rolled a 9.
Carter, you hear a crash from somewhere off to the west.
guys, there was a crash somewhere off to the west. I don't think that's very good. We should go
So,
investigate the crash.
you take a look at it. It seems sturdy, depending on how much weight you put on it, but
And I'm just
it
gonna
seems
let
solid.
them know I am not a professional carpenter.
I didn't keep up with my guild papers.
No, like I am actually not a professional.
I understand
So
that.
the minute he tells me that, I'm gonna move back to this corner
Okay.
and wait and hold my action.
And I'm gonna go
The
with
first
you.
first green orcish,
Whatever.
goblinish, whatever is gonna
Okay.
get stabbed right off the bat.
I'll go with the scaffolding.
Or pistol.
Okay. You climb up.
Stabbed first. This is number 2.
Just put
I'll
me
put a-
next
Something,
That's what
something crashed over here.
What are you guys gonna do? The rest of you.
I'm going
It's
to
be
myself
well.
at that corner north.
Okay.
It's the well.
Get all hidey.
Okay. So you hide at that corner. The other two are at the south. You gonna go with the priest?
I wanted to investigate the jail cells.
Okay. So you're over there checking out the jail cells.
And
So that leaves Anders.
I have
I'm assuming he's in here since he was checking out the scaffolding. Are you going to continue on or wait for the group?
Quick
Okay.
question.
He does.
I understand what we're all doing at this point, so
If I'm there and I'm kneeling with my sword ready,
Mm-hmm.
if he's behind me and his weapon has reach, can he stab over top of me?
Sure.
We can't see.
But if you're kneeling, you're not going to be nearly as effective
Kneeling,
defense-wise.
stab?
You can attack,
Yeah, yeah.
but your defense is going to be
All
limited.
of our light is gone. We
Right.
can't
All the
see
light has moved on. It's dark now.
There's a little bit in the hallway over here. I'll be able to
'cause, like,
Sure.
point blank right here. You're gonna be able to see him.
In
sure,
pitch
they
black.
got plus 100 to their
It's
stealth
literally
checks.
pitch black.
It's not pitch black. There's a little bit of light behind us.
Because we have two
Sure.
light sources.
Yeah,
He's
he's
super
like, yeah,
bright.
sure, okay.
Okay.
This guy is going off and checking.
Give me a Empire lore? For any of you that are there in the hallway.
I don't have any.
Everybody has Empire lore. Because you grew up in the Empire.
Oh shit, my first good roll. That's would that be an intelligence, right?
Technically, not everyone does because they didn't. They could have chose not to take it and it would replace for one of the other skills.
But it's still intelligence based. You might not have training in it.
Okay.
137.
88
Okay.
plus.
What is your theory about what those creatures are outside?
They are. Yeah, greenskins.
Okay.
With
So,
red
so you're suspecting they're greenskins. Common theory in the Empire is greenskins can see in the dark just fine.
Okay.
Okay?
I
If that influences any actions you wish to take, you're in pitch black.
Mine's,
I'm gonna call over to the
Okay.
cleric.
mine's 111. So
Cleric
same
has
deal.
moved on. Now, Anders, are you going with the cleric? You were checking out the scaffolding. The cleric climbs up and then heads into the next room.
Yeah, I was
The rest
thinking
of them are
with-
taking up ambush positions in the dark.
Did you understand what's happening behind you?
Okay.
There's
So
orcs possibly
right.
coming in. Nobody has any light out there.
I don't have light.
he doesn't have light.
Yeah.
You're the soldier.
He doesn't have
None
light.
of us can see. 'Cause
That's
George.
irrelevant.
Okay. So you going to go with the priest to protect him, or are you going to stay with the group to protect them?
If you want to stay and protect me, that's fine.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Well, I'm in the pitch
When you put it
black.
that way, I was like, you know what, that's fine.
While I'm in the pitch black. I
You
can
are.
see his light from this room.
You can.
Then I'm gonna tap
I'm
him,
going to the priest.
and I'm gonna.
You're going to go with the priest?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
I will.
prefer not
I will
being
tap
black.
him and move back into that same area, into here.
Okay, in the
We'll leave
cell?
Leave the door open, and then we'll take opposite sides of it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna let you know we need you for your light.
So you guys back into the cell, leave the door open, and while the wizard is checking out the jail cells. Meanwhile, the other three head down the other tunnel. The scaffolding leads into another room over here, and you can see at the far end of the tunnel, there's a stairwell that goes up to another platform room. There are 4 large pillars carved with wolf iconography. And in the center of the room, a large stone sarcophagus coated or decorated on the front with what looks like a picture of Ulrich. Around the room are more of those tallow candles, all actively burning, setting off the orange glow in the room.
Wait, it's orange this time, not green like the other one?
Yes,
Yeah.
orangish glow in this room. That's where we're going to stop for tonight. Okay?
I also think we shouldn't open that, even if the rogue's in there. That'd be just
I will
terrible.
let you guys sort out what you're going to do.
Well, thank you guys.
That
Okay.
was a great session.
And I was here for like
You still look
an
fine.
hour and a half.
Yeah.
You're so
I
close.
went on a mission and I still